don't wanna sleep in, cause I got something to prove. I gotta take what I hate and finally make a move. I think of you and all the shit you don't do. Well, I'ma make hella sure that I don't become you. I have no regrets, yeah, I'll tie up my chest. I'll never forget what it's like to be in debt. Been stabbed in the back bed, I'll show you what happens. Pass me the mic and I'll show you with action. I feel this pain, you already know. Turn that to gains, let my money show. I've got these things that I can't let go. Watch me turn this life into something that you could never own. I feel this pain, you already know. Turn that to gains, let my money show. I've got these things that I can't let go. Watch me turn this life into something that you could never own. So fight and die for the things you know you love. Do what you think is right and see life do what you want. So fight and die for the things you know you love. Do what you think is right and see life do what you want. So give me all the scars, I'm a human being. Cover them with tattoos so you can't see. Knew it from the start, you had problems with me and the things I could be, I just wish I had seen. I feel this pain, you already know. Turn that to gains, let my money show. I've got these things that I can't let go. Watch me turn this life into something that you could never own. I feel this pain, you already know. Turn that to gains, let my money show. I've got these things that I can't let go. Watch me turn this life into something that you can never own. So fight and die for the things you know you love. Do what you think is right and see life do what you want. So fight and die for the things you know you love. Do what you think is right and see life do what you want.
Oh, it's already Thursday. I cannot believe it's already Thursday. You realize that we are in the second month of 2026, and the Epstein files are so ridiculous that nobody can believe them? It's going to be one hell of a year, boys. It's going to be a hell of a year, man. The hell is this? Nazi Hunter? No audio for you, bitch ass. Deserve to die. What is this? No. Is that it? That's it. Okay. Even if there was audio for that, I don't think it'd be very good. What the fuck? Toxic Commando. What is this? This looks crazy. Hey, what the fuck is this?
Welcome to John Carpenter's Toxic Commando.
Oh, that's right. No, this is multiplayer slop. I don't give a fuck about multiplayer. I'm so done. I'm so done with multiplayer slop. I'm just so fucking done with it, man. I'm sick of looking at it. Oh my god, there's a Mind's Eye DLC? Oh, fuck, you know we're gonna have to play this shit. You know we're gonna have to play this.
I do know you. The real you.
Is this a DLC or what the fuck is this? What is this? There's no close. This video has no subtitles? No shot. The fuck is this? This is nothing. This is literally just that. It's just a title for the game, a trailer for the game again. What the fuck? They go to play. When I saw the clock outside, it was 4 a.m. So I just. My watch messed me up this morning. It shows 4:55 and thought it was. Oh, so you ended up getting at 4. You ended up getting up at 4 a.m. instead of 4:50. Oh, dude, that sucks. That sucks. Oh, that's gross, bro. A lot of these trailers we've already seen. Why are they re-uploading trailers from last year? What's that about? Oh my god, we got a review on Nor 3. Oh, let's go. We gotta be watching that for sure. Is there a race cars game coming out? Disney Speedstorm. What the fuck is this? That's it. That's great. No gameplay, nothing, huh, guys? That's cool. I love to see it. Love to see it. Alright, no music. This looks like shit. I'm ruthless. I don't care anymore. Ooh, oh, that's right. This came out yesterday. Oh, I'm so excited about this game. I'm absolutely going to be spending money on this game for sure. I'm absolutely buying this game. This is that one game that looks like Assassin's Creed Odyssey. It's that Crimson Desert game. You could like fly on the dragon and the robot. Oh!
Welcome back to another Crimson Desert Features overview video. Last time we took a closer look at Pywell, its characters, the stories within, and open world.
This comes out next month. This comes out next month.
Today, we'll be shifting our attention to another important aspect of the game, combat and progression.
No, it's not a review. It's another gameplay like
Desert is
it's talking about it's an overview.
visceral, and the battlefield is yours to shape. You will grow your arsenal of skills, weapons.
Yo, look at that combat though.
It'll be up to you how you use them. Whether it's an aggressive offense, precisely timed defense, or even using your mounts and the environment to your advantage. Combat in Pywell is full of possibility. Wield a wide array of weapons from sword and shield, spears, great swords, axes, and various ranged weapons.
Oh, look at all the different characters you could play as. That's so cool. It's been so long. Is that a bear? You could have a bear? Hold on, wait a minute. I was reading chat. What the fuck did I just miss?
Whether it's an aggressive offense, precisely timed defense.
Bro, look at the graphics. It's a little scuffed, but you can have a bear.
Using your mounts and the environment to your advantage.
You can use the mount as a fighting style.
Combat
That's
in
sick.
Pywell is full of possibility. Wield a wide array of weapons from sword and shield, spears, great swords, axes, and various ranged weapons.
Ooh.
Each weapon has its own advantages, so switch back and forth to the ones that best fit your style and the situation you're in.
Oh, she's charging it. Huh.
Powerful weapon skills can be paired with hard-hitting, barehanded hits and kicks, as well as a wide range of grapples to create seamless chains of attacks. Elemental enhancements further expand your options by empowering key abilities, allowing you to burn, freeze, and stun enemies. So combine weapons and chain.
Oh, so that's like the Axie signs from The Witcher.
you want and forge
Huh.
your own approach to combat.
That's cool. That's really
Your
cool.
mobility and timing are also a big factor in combat. Slides, dodges, counters, and swings flow directly into attacks, keeping you mobile and relentless.
What the? What is that? Oh, you could destroy the barriers, bro. What? Look at the size of that leaf. Did he do that? Yeah, he did that. The leaf came from the main character.
Well-timed guards and dodges open up enemies for a counter, letting you strike back and keeping up the pressure. The result is combat that feels grounded, yet explosive and endlessly expressive. Of course, the skills you've just seen won't all be available from the start. If you've seen some of our previous gameplay videos, Cliff is usually shown at a much greater height of his power, wielding a wide range of devastating skills. But when you awaken in the aftermath of the Black
That's got God of War written all over it. Holy
There's
shit.
assault at the start of your journey, you start from scratch with a more limited set of abilities and equipment. A core part of your journey in Pywell is the transformation from a survivor into a truly formidable Greymane, and you decide how that progression takes place. As we mentioned in our previous features video, you will acquire artifacts, fragments of the abyss that have fallen to the world below through quests, combat, and exploration. They lie at the end of many trials in the possession of powerful bosses and hidden across Pywell, including up in the abyss.
Oh, it's like an
Acquiring these
oasis.
Artifacts will be crucial to your progression, as they enable you to increase core stats like health and stamina, unlock new skills for more skill chaining potential, and enhance existing ones, thereby increasing your combat and exploration capabilities. Some skills and upgrades cannot be obtained through artifacts alone and must be observed firsthand out in the world.
Oh, so you like watch it and you get that ability.
Type to want to upgrade your stamina quickly to run and glide around the world longer to
That's
explore.
cool.
Or you may want to unlock and upgrade all the diverse grappling skills to continuously slam enemies into the ground. Decide which skills you want
Yo, this game looks awesome.
to combine and unleash during combat, and choose the direction of your progression by considering your playstyle.
Oh,
While learning and
oh, what?
considering your playstyle.
Bro got thrown up out of there like a bag of potatoes.
While learning and mastering your skills is important to winning battles, the equipment you bring to the battlefield can be just as crucial. As you travel across Pywell, you can buy, find,
Damn,
and
it's a shame you can't be a giant. That would be so cool if you could be like a really big ass dude like that.
gear that gives you the edge in combat.
The mighty blade tests the heart of its master.
Your equipment can be upgraded for higher stats. Materials for upgrading your weapons, armor, and equipment can be found in a wide range of ways. Through mining and hunting, defeating powerful bosses, through quests, and by uncovering them in hidden locations. You will also be able to customize equipment with extra stats and special effects.
Can you have a house? Can you have like a player home?
Mix and match these across your weapons and armor, and experiment to discover what combinations work best for you in the battlefield and out in the world. All of that preparation leads to your greatest tests. Across the continent of Pywell,
Oh, it's a spider.
some bosses rule, waiting.
Oh
for
my
your
god, that's so cool.
They come in
Oh my god, it's an airship.
many forms. Human
What the
and
oh, dude, what is this game? What the fuck is this?
being for your challenge.
Bro, I feel like there's gonna be shit in this game that they're not even gonna show. Like,
They come in many forms. Human and beast, steel and sword.
oh, what is that?
Sorcery, brute force, and mystery. They'll test your limits in different ways. At the end of these hard-fought encounters, special rewards await. Some equipment earned from bosses can even grant access to their signature abilities. Or
That's
unique
cool.
effects and bonuses. So build on the strength you gain through each victory. Take down these threats of Pywell and prove yourself a true Greymane.
He's got a big ass hammer.
Brings us to the
Hammer
end
time.
of this features overview video. We hope you look forward to Crimson Desert's combat and your progression journey as you explore and fight across Pywell. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in our next and final features overview video.
Holy crap. Yo. I love how this guy's just jumping up in the air and slamming down the axe. Yo, I hope this game is not a disappointment. I'm gonna be so pissed if it's a disappointment. That looks sick, bro. What? Okay, this is a review. We got an... if you didn't know, this game releases today. Nor 3. A new air, Nar, or whatever the fuck. 3.
Hit the scene back in 2017, it emerged as the very best Souls-like outside of From Software itself, with exemplary combat, thrilling bosses, and absurdly deep mechanics. Nioh 2 improved upon just about every aspect 3 years later, but didn't change a whole lot overall, essentially making it Nioh 1, but better. Nioh 3, on the other hand, is far more than just an iterative sequel. This is a total transformation of the formula. One that trades out static overworld maps for enormous open fields covering multiple different eras of Japanese
Look at that
history.
weapon.
This shift, plus the addition of an entirely new ninja stance that changes the rules of Nioh's combat, and a litany of smaller quality of life adjustments, all amount to the most significant shakeup the series has seen up to this point, and one of the best Souls-likes to date.
let's calm down, guy. Let's calm down. Let's calm way the fuck down. Okay? Let's calm down.
Bad out of the way first, one area that has not seen any sort of significant shakeup is the storytelling. And that's a shame because it has always been one of the weakest elements of the series. Like previous Neo games, the story serves mostly as a—
Bro, how you gonna gauge a Souls-like and talk about the fucking story? Souls-like games don't even have stories. You should be thankful they even have, like, opening animations. What are you talking about, bro?
means to guide you through a fictionalized retelling.
Oh, but it's the weakest part. Bro, like, you realize that the only cutscenes that you even got in the Dark Souls series was, like, the opening boss sequence and then, like, the boss dying?
Significant battles and wars
Like, what?
in history. One in which monstrous yokai, magical stones with corrupting influence, and guardian spirits are commonplace. You play as Takechiyo, the grandson of Ieyasu Tokugawa, and heir to the seat of Shogun, who must travel back in time to obtain a means of defeating an ancient evil.
I'm so happy I don't have to play the prior two game, dude. I tried playing that first game, dude. It is just so rough. It's so rough around the edges. Holy
that
God.
has corrupted the present.
That's why I'm like, I don't even know how you could call the first Nair, like, one of the best Souls, like, outside of FromSoft, bro. Like, what? It's so rough. The gameplay's so rough.
The biggest issue with Neo 3's story is that it's very dry and, to be frank, just kind of boring. Someone with a better knowledge of Japanese history may get more out of it thanks to knowing the context and significance of these historical figures and events, but for a layman like me, there's just not enough work done to make you care about what's going on in each of the eras that Neo 3 took me to. Fortunately, cutscenes are short, the choreography is great, and these story shortfalls never got in the way of the action elements that otherwise make Neo 3 one of the best Souls-likes around. I'll say this right out of the gate.
I will give it that. The bosses in Neo are freaking cool looking. They're so cool.
3 has the best combat of any Souls-like, past or present. End of story.
Really?
It nails the look and feel of its weapons, the variety within those weapons, the depth of its mechanics, the challenging and aggressive enemy AI, the multitude of different approaches you can take in any given combat encounter, and the list just goes on and on. It's all best-in-class quality at every level. Nearly all of that was true for Neo 2 as well, but what elevates Neo 3—
Oh, look at the cat!
The stratosphere is the split
The environments are really pretty too, I'll say that as well.
between the different combat modes, Samurai and Ninja. Samurai mode is the traditional Neo combat experience, characterized by careful resource management.
I don't like how the character looks. You see, like, look, hear me out, hear me out, hear me out. It looks cluttered. It looks so cluttered. I don't like how it looks. It looks like, you see how there's just so much going on here. It, like, hurts your eyes.
Modes. Samurai and Ninja.
Like, watch when he goes,
Samurai
like,
mode
side
is
to
the
side.
traditional Neo
Look, you see
combat
it?
experience,
It's so
characterized
cluttered.
by careful resource management through the usage of stamina restoring key pulses, the need to switch between low, medium, and high stances depending on the given encounter, and a careful balance of defensive techniques and offensive rushdown. Ninja mode, on the other hand, is a brand new style of Neo combat that switches out the aforementioned key pulses and stance switching, replacing them with much faster attacks that require far less stamina, allowing me to basically suffocate enemies with strikes without even giving them a chance to fight back. In addition, Ninja mode also gives you access to 3 ninjutsu attacks, like shuriken, traps, and magical spells, which refill as you land attacks and are great for targeting enemy weaknesses or hitting annoying flying enemies. The 2 modes can be swapped freely on the fly, and they even have their own equipment sets, letting you essentially build 2 different characters with different combat focuses and styles. Team Ninja smartly avoids falling into the trap of forcing you to use one stance over another in order to defeat a certain type of boss or enemy, which
Thank
often
God.
stymies creative combat
Thank God.
expression in other games. Instead, both stances are always viable, and the choice of whether one is better than the other for a particular type of encounter is always left up to your discretion and playstyle. It was always a great feeling to return to a boss that I previously died against and adjust my strategy by either using more or less on one of the modes. For example, in a fight against a boss with powerful but predictable attacks, I might stick to Samurai stance so that I can parry their attacks and have more stamina left over to counterattack. But in a fight against a faster and more erratic boss, I might focus on Ninja Stance instead and use my Quick Step missed ability to maneuver around to their more vulnerable backside and avoid having to block altogether. While I have a clear preference for the flexibility and speed of the Ninja Stance,
I was gonna say, I feel like if I was gonna play this, I'd probably go with the Ninja Stance.
Team Ninja has done a great job of balancing the two stances to make them both worth swapping between regularly. Samurai mode feels a little bit weaker at a base level, but is balanced by being much better defensively. It also has an additional mechanic called Arts Proficiency that rewards you with a powered up special or heavy attack if you're able to fill a meter by landing attacks and successfully blocking without taking hits. Meanwhile, Ninja mode feels like Team Ninja finally taking off whatever limiters they may have placed on the combat in previous games in the service of balancing stamina management, lifting up their hands and saying, you know what, just go wild. Perhaps the biggest departure from previous Nioh games is the shift from a mission structure to a series of open worlds.
I like that a lot. I love that.
Over the course of Nioh 3's 40-plus hour campaign, you'll be traveling around from the Edo period, to the Heian era, to the Bakumatsu era, and even to antiquity. Every period that you travel to comes with its own enormous battlefield to explore, with tons of points of interest all over the map, featuring optional bosses, challenging combat encounters, and worthwhile rewards. That last bit is important because one of the few complaints I've historically had about the Nioh series has been a lack of satisfying rewards due to the random nature of loot drops. The loot is still mostly random in Nioh 3, but there are now other meaningful rewards for you to seek out. Clearing out lesser crucibles will power up your guardian spirits, granting you access to new spirit skills. Defeating masters will unlock new nodes on specific weapon skill trees. Finding Jizo statues will allow you to select from a variety of bonuses that will aid you when you're inside a crucible. Sniping the weasel-like Chijinko demons out of the sky will get you elemental variations of techniques in your skill tree. You'll find equipable skills in the many chests strewn all throughout the world, and all of this on top of the already existing Kodama and Scampus collectibles that existed in past Nioh games. Doing these open world activities also adds to an area exploration rating, which itself comes with rewards, from stat bonuses, to skill points, to more
Oh, so you could be really OP when you play this, huh?
interest being pinpointed on the map.
I love it when games reward you for exploration. I love that.
Rarely was I ever surprised while exploring any of Nioh 3's open zones, but at least I was well rewarded for my time, which counts for a lot in a game where you need every advantage you can get. But while exploration is well incentivized,
I can't stand these developers that make these games where, like, you go off and you explore an area, and, like, the nature of the drops are so random that it pretty much cucks you out of getting anything that's good. When you, like, you go off and explore an entire area, and you open up all the chests and you get nothing but shit loot, and then you go into the boss fight and then you just get shit loot, and it's like, well, what the fuck did I just waste my time for?
and the environmental design of these huge open landscapes is impressive, Nioh 3's open worlds feel like they're missing a unique identity. Part of the problem
The excuse is always, well, that's just the luck of the draw, and it's like, but you just wasted my time. It's a waste of my time. I want to feel rewarded for doing this. I want to feel rewarded for playing your game. Why is that so hard to ask for, you know?
This was an issue with previous Nioh games as well, and it is felt even more so when you're wandering through visually distinct open worlds that all kind of feel the same. There are almost no enemies that feel unique to a time period. The Cyclops that appear in the Warring States era are the same ones that appear in the Icy Heian period, except instead of rocks, they throw snowballs. There is at least a fairly wide assortment of enemies to face overall, and a large number of them are completely new to the series. But it is a little disappointing that the returning enemies don't have any new tricks or attacks to keep me on my toes. Not that you'll really need anything extra to be kept on your toes. Nioh 3, like the previous two games, is very difficult, even by Souls-like standards.
Yeah?
Enemies and bosses are relentlessly aggressive, and if you're not careful about your stamina management, you'll find yourself regularly being stunned and vulnerable to high damage grabs that will kill you in just about one hit. But that difficulty is key to why the combat of Nioh 3 is so thrilling. Besides, even though the difficulty is high, checkpoints are well placed, shortcuts are abundant, and load times are super quick. So I rarely became frustrated despite dying 290 times over the course
Oh my
of the campaign.
god. Whoa!
Loot remains the most frustrating element of Neo 3.
Really?
The fact is, this is a loot system that exists for the benefit of New Game Plus at the detriment of a first-time playthrough.
Really?
For New Game Plus and beyond, it's great. You're able to dig deep into your collection of gear, pick out useful sets, and plan builds around their powerful set bonuses, and really get into the nitty-gritty of gear customization. But until you get to that point, gear gets outdated so quickly that it just feels like a waste of time and resources to even bother with it. I've played enough of these games to know that I shouldn't sweat the loot on my first playthrough, instead just equipping the gear with the highest number and moving on, but my prayers go out to anyone tackling Neo for the first time, because poring over the literal thousands of pieces of gear, on top of all the equipable skills, the skill tree, prestige points, guardian spirits, and soul cores that can be placed in either the yin or the yang position, it's a lot.
What the fuck does that mean? The yin or the yang? What the fuck does that mean? What does that mean?
Thankfully, there is now an auto-equip feature that allows you to easily equip the most powerful gear you own
Oh, thank
with
God.
just the press of a button. What is especially nice about it is that you can set it to automatically equip based on weight. So, for example, you could just set it to equip all the heaviest gear you have if you don't care about having a bad dodge with just a few invulnerability frames, or you can set it for a balance of good gear and a good dodge, or you could go toward the other extreme and set it to auto-equip the best gear that still lets you zip around the battlefield, even if it means leaving 1 or 2 gear slots completely empty. Auto-equipping obviously has its limitations, as it doesn't take into consideration the build-defining special effects of a weapon or set bonuses, but it does give you an option to dramatically reduce the amount of time spent playing the menu game of Neo 3 without impacting those who enjoy the process of meticulously fine-tuning their builds at every point of the campaign.
Here we go, here we go.
Even in a genre that has become as saturated as the Souls-like, there is still nothing that hits quite like the Neo series, and Neo 3 stands out as being the best of the trilogy. The move to an open world structure isn't perfect, but the rewarding exploration, gorgeous landscapes, and thrilling optional boss battles mostly cover any minor issues. Strap on top of that best-in-class combat, hugely customizable build crafting, a lengthy campaign with a deep New Game Plus mode where the loot system actually shines, and a godsend of an auto-equip feature before you get there, and you've got yet another Team Ninja banger that sits at the top of the Souls-like genre.
9! Damn, okay. Get it. That's crazy, yo, W. Done with this. That's multiplayer. Oh, that's Greedfall, I don't care. Saw that. I think that's everything. Usually their ratings for their Souls likes are pretty good. Unless it's Kazan. Oh, that game was a dumpster fire at launch, man. Woo! Okay. So, Markiplier's Iron Lung. If you don't know who he is, he's a YouTuber that got his start up from gaming way back in the day. Hit number 2 at the box office. And they didn't want to acknowledge its existence. They took it out and then they put it back up when Mark said something. So now we're gonna see what the critical drinker thinks about it. And you know how critical the critical drinker is. If he says it's good,
out of nowhere. I can't really explain how, but for some reason I knew next to nothing about this movie, or the guy who made it, or the lore behind it until like a couple of days ago when suddenly everyone was talking about Iron Lung. I mean, can you really blame me though? A YouTuber making a low-budget independent horror movie? Haven't we just done that? Well, yeah, but the difference here is that Iron Lung is actually good, taking a wildly outlandish sci-fi concept and wrapping it up into a tense, claustrophobic story of human perseverance and cosmic Lovecraftian horror, driven by a compelling script script that keeps you guessing about where it's all leading, and a surprisingly strong performance from its lead actor. In short, this is exactly what independent filmmaking should be about. Yeah, it's definitely not perfect, and if I'm honest, it feels more like a short film concept stretched out into a 2-hour runtime, but I'll get into that later. For now, let us discuss the plot, shall we? So, backstory for Iron Lung is a bit thin on the ground, but as far as I can tell, the film's set at some indeterminate point in the future where humanity's begun to colonize the galaxy until an event known as the Quiet Rapture caused all the stars and planets to disappear. How? Don't know, just go with it. The only survivors now are scattered across the void on ships and space stations, including our main man, Simon, a convicted prisoner who was involved in the destruction of an outpost called Filament Station. What exactly happened? Don't know. His mission is to pilot a submersible into an ocean of...
You know, he's not the only one who's done this. I've heard other people say you can't really poke too many holes in it, but the overall, movie is good. I've heard this. I've heard that there, any movie, there are critiques to it that are okay, go with it, and then if you actually do decide to go with it, it supposedly it's really good.
On a distant moon and gather samples from the seabed, where his commanders seem to think they'll find information that could save the human race. Wait, why is there an entire ocean of blood? Why do they think there's stuff down there that's gonna save humanity? Why use a convicted felon with zero training for such an important mission?
I know why. They would use a convicted felon with zero training so that way if he survives, then great. If he doesn't, then oh well. I can tell you that right now.
Don't know, just go with it. Anyway, so down he goes into the... ocean. And because you can't really see through blood, he's forced to use an X-ray camera to take quick snapshots of his surroundings. That's all you ever get to see of what's around him, and it's a neat little way of circumventing the film's lack of budget. Anyway, that's when he spots a skeleton lying on the ocean floor, and for some reason, this is super exciting news for everyone involved. I mean, I'm guessing if you're in a literal ocean of blood, it probably means that quite a few things had to die to create it, so there would definitely be skeletons involved, but whatever. His commander wants to gather more data, but then he gets attacked by an undersea monster that severs communications and leaves him stranded in some underwater cave system. From there on, he has to figure out a way to escape the labyrinth in a poorly maintained submarine whose systems are starting to fail, while suffering increasingly severe hallucinations and intermittent radio contact with a survivor from a previous expedition. But can he hope to ever make it back to the surface? What's that undersea monster all about? Why is the blood leaking into his submarine? And what is it doing to his body? And is the voice on the radio even real? You know, it's interesting to compare this movie to Shelby Oaks because on the surface the two films have a lot in common. They're both independent horror movies made by YouTube personalities with roughly comparable budgets, but the difference is the creative philosophy behind them. Whereas Shelby Oaks was basically a patchwork quilt of tried and tested horror tropes wrapped up in a safe conventional plot that's been done a million times before, Iron Lung is a risky, wildly inventive concept, setting up an interesting and creative premise that allows it to make the most of limited resources and constantly keeping you guessing about where it's all heading. One is an actual creative horror movie.
That's actually the way you want to do it. If you're making a suspense horror, you want it to do that. I think Mark's always been pretty good at playtesting a lot of what he does. Emphasis on the YouTube video semi-movies. I'm going to call them semi-movies, the point-and-click adventures that he did for YouTube. He's always been really good at playing with everything that he does to a point where he kind of fine-tunes it, even with gaming and stuff. So, I don't doubt that this is good.
Willing really to take risks made by people with a story to tell. The other feels more like an AI's idea of what a horror movie should be, made out of...
You can always tell when somebody's in it just to make money, and when somebody's in it because they have a passion for it.
Obligation rather than artistic passion, and well, the results speak for themselves. One practically vanished without a trace, and the other seems to be making waves at the box office.
That's gone up. It's at 23 million domestically now.
Not to worry though, Chris. I'm sure there's plenty more predatory gambling apps for you to shill.
He's out of line, but he's right.
The other big surprise for me was Markiplier as lead actor. Well, basically the only actor now that I think about it. I mean, let's be real here, financing your own movie so that you yourself can star in it is a risky move that could have turned the whole thing into a laughable vanity.
Well, I mean, you can't really say that because Sylvester Stallone has done it a lot. Vin Diesel has done it. I mean, you can't use that argument. Especially not with Sylvester being so successful. Hey, you guys don't really know, but Sylvester Stallone, whenever he got starred in the Rocky film, he was living at his girlfriend's house at the time with no money. And she was paying for everything. And now he literally writes, produces, and stars in his own films. Like,
projects. YouTubers aren't exactly known for their dramatic acting range, especially if they have to carry an entire movie by themselves. But credit to the guy, he pulls off a surprisingly strong, compelling
what better way to show passion in a film and the way you want it to be directed than to do it yourself? You want anything done right, boys? Do it yourself.
Performance as a desperate man pushed to his mental and physical limits with the vague promise of freedom at the ends. It's all good stuff, and you can't help but root for the guy. I said before that Iron Lung's only real weakness is the sluggish pace, mainly caused by the lack of real plot events and other characters to bounce off. The film's 2 hours long, and although it definitely gets its
2 hours? Come on, Mark. Mark. 2 hours, brother.
Back for the finale, the second act is pretty slow and tedious. I'm not gonna lie, I was starting to lose focus on what the protagonist was actually doing and getting a little bored of being trapped in one location for the entire film. I get that it's supposed to play into the film's atmosphere of claustrophobia and paranoia, and it's obviously a direct copy of the video game that it's based on, but there's an obvious distinction between tension and boredom when it's stretched too far, and Iron Lung definitely crosses the line at times. I can't shake the feeling that this setup would have made for an awesome
I actually don't know if I could watch this. I hate movies that drag on with nothing that's happening. I hate those kinds of films. I don't think this would be my kind of film.
Rather than a drawn-out 2-hour feature, but what the fuck, nobody's going to a movie theater to see a 30-minute film. Overall though, I think Iron Lung is a movie that's way better than it has any right to be. It's well shot, well acted, and although it doesn't pretend to answer all the questions it poses, I'm perfectly okay with that. Cosmic horror is a genre that's been chronically underrepresented in cinema, so it's nice to see a film tackling it in a unique, inventive way like this. It might not be perfect, but I never needed it to be. I just needed it to be good. And it is. So well done, Markiplier. You took a gamble and it paid off. Oh wait, maybe I shouldn't mention gambling. Anyway, that's all I've got for today. Go away now.
Alright, well there it is. I guess since we're still on the topic with gaming just a tad. Yeah, okay. So, Minecraft decided to make a DLC that was with the old rights activists. And, oof. Did it blow up in their face?
I saw this yesterday. I thought this was pretty funny. Minecraft has come out with... I can't even believe this. Want to change the world? Start in Minecraft. In the free Good Trouble DLC, explore global civil rights movements, meet changemakers, and learn how to stand up, speak out, and build a better world.
Why can't you just leave kids out of this? This is the only movement in history that has involved kids to this scale. I'm sure they've involved kids in the classroom. Why are you dragging them out of the classroom? What are we doing?
That's right. This is in Minecraft. Walk with civil... Right? I mean, like, it was a stupid rule that black people had to sit in the back of the bus, right? It was a dumb...
Obviously, we're not even gonna...
It's dumb. Like,
we're not even gonna sit here and listen to that argument. Anyway, it's obviously stupid, so let's just move on from it.
Basically, there's been a reply...
If you don't think that it was stupid, then you shouldn't be watching the stream, period. Just get the fuck out.
And it has actually, yes, it's gotten more likes than the original one, and it's fucking Charlottesville. Villagers will not replace us. Eat shit, Minecraft. Racism wins. Oh my god. So there it is, guys. Let's go back. We're gonna,
so that video got so much hate. Not only did they have to take it down off of YouTube, but they also had to lock the comments on the actual Twitter. They had to
are
lock the
somewhat good.
comments.
MLK, Mall, Rosa Parks. What this is horribly mainly the timing. I think here's the issue, right? Is that the make good trouble. This comes right off the heels of like Tim Walz saying that. Well, a bunch of his weird fucking.
I don't think this is poorly timed. I think that they did what they wanted to do, and they think that whatever's happening in Minnesota is legitimate, and it's not. And that's the problem.
SSRI addicted, mentally.
You can sit there and say that stuff on Fox News because everyone's just going to not listen to Fox News. But when you put it on a free platform where everyone can voice their opinions, like on Twitter, and you're not going to get blocked for voicing your opinion, you're going to find out what everyone really thinks. And nobody with half a brain cell thinks that what is happening in Minnesota is a good thing. It's not.
Fucking constituents are running around making Nazi checkpoints and stopping people from driving for being a suspected ICE officer.
Exactly.
That's the problem, is it's the timing, and then you're using this word. I don't think anybody would have really cared if you didn't use a quote from Tim Walz, who was egging on people. And you've got to keep in mind, 2 people are dead because of that retard. They are. They're dead because of him.
But you have to keep in mind, again, this is just another multi-billionaire, like Billie Eilish, who's about to have her multi-million-dollar mansion taken away, talking about how what is going on in Minnesota is a bad thing. It's not. The country voted on this, and it's happening across the country. It is what it is. At this point, we should just accept it. They did it because other big social media people are doing it, and they want to get in on the trend. That's all it is. And they fucked up. Because now that the tides are shifting, they're realizing, uh-oh.
Government.
This could be really bad for Minecraft. I don't think they understand how bad this could be for Minecraft.
Those people weren't out on the street, and the federal government was working with the state government, and those people, Renee Good and what was it, Alex Preddy, would still be alive. They'd both still be alive.
They would be alive.
But because it was more important for Tim Walz to stand on his soapbox and fight this, now they're dead. They're dead for no reason.
Yep.
For no reason. And that's it. You capping right now? I ain't capping.
They are dead because if you tell people to resist the federal government, that they can't arrest you, that they can't do this, that they can't do that, and then people are going to get this impression, obviously, that they can, throw stuff at federal agents, they can hit federal agents, they can run them over and resist arrest, that they can't be arrested. And the thing is like, that's how you inadvertently cause people to get killed. It's a terrible tactic. It's a disgusting tactic. And he did it on purpose to stir up the media machine and make people get themselves killed so that way he can turn around and be like, look, you see? That's what they're doing. And it's like, dude, you're phrasing everything in a way that makes it seem like these people can't be arrested or detained by federal agents, and that's not the case. That's not the case at all. If that were the case, then you wouldn't be telling your local police to aid ICE agents now. Tim Walz completely backed from everything that he had said.
It's just the truth. Let me go back. I see what this is here. Damn, he said that. Now I get why you're upset about it. I do. I am upset about it because it gets people killed. Yeah, that's the way it is. 600 ICE agents leaving Minnesota now. It was 700 whenever I read about it. And you know why they're leaving? It's because they agreed to work with the federal government. That was always the goal. It was always so easy. And that's the whole point that I'm making, is that today, Tom...
You see, that's why I'm just going to permaban you. They did try to detain him and he was resisting arrest. You're just a fucking dishonest moron. Enjoy the Shadow Realm. You're a fucking retard. Get the fuck out of here.
Come home and announced that ICE is now, in a lot of cases, moving out of Minnesota. They're moving a lot of people out of Minnesota. They said they had like 4,000 guys there, and they're moving out 700. That's a huge amount.
Yeah.
So why is that?
It's because they've got the local police helping them now. Duh. Because big surprise, if they had the local police from the beginning, then they wouldn't have 2 people that are dead now. Duh.
They're not going to have to go after the guys that were in jail. That's the reason.
There it is.
Like, nobody wants to have all these fucking officers there. I mean, the federal government doesn't want them there. The fucking officers don't want to be there. The people there don't want them there. It's a total fucking forced problem. So we have had a lot of other people that have gone and talked about this. Okay, that's a bit much. We need to get rid of illegal immigrants. Yep, there it is. And Minecraft 1, new mind. God.
Jesus Christ! My God!
Guys, on the White House lawn? Really?
Jesus, man.
I mean, that's got to be like a fire violation or something, right? Check Roblox.
It's a
Ice.
It's a civil rights violation.
Where is this here? Ice Roblox. Is this... I've heard about this before. Roblox kids stage virtual ice raids in Brookhaven.
Yo, the kids may be cooked, but they're getting cooked in all the right ways.
RP. Kids on Roblox...
They're doing Roblox ice raids now.
Roblox are conducting immigration raids.
We gonna mute that. Holy shit, I don't want no damn copyright, bro. Been working too hard for them bastards to try to take all my fucking stuff, dude. That shit's funny, bro. Look, look at that. He didn't resist arrest, and look at that. He's able to walk himself into the van. That's crazy, ain't it?
Yeah, it's the same.
Oh my God, it's still going. Come on with this. Move on from the damn video, Asman. Come on.
Something that kids can look
Thank
up
you.
to, right? Obviously, that's it. Ice Roblox is peak Roblox.
Well,
Maybe
it's kind of sad that they're making all these kids protest and ice rallies in San Francisco, and a lot of them already know what's really going on. It's kind of goated in a way. Like it's awesome.
Play that. That'd be really funny, and we could bring in all the viewers and go on ice raids and arrest people. Oh my God, we need to protect the kids. Yes, definitely. And
that is crazy.
What is this here? Please give some amount of time to. Please regularly give some of your time to Epstein files. Yeah, we're gonna talk about that later on today. I'm just not ready for it yet. I know a lot of people. You're a cult trying to indoctrinate kids with left-wing ideologies to further your own political propaganda. Get this political propaganda out of Minecraft. I've been under the impression that Minecraft was the thing people played for escapist reasons, looking to forget the burdens of the world by forging their own world in a crazy world. I guess you guys must have market research saying otherwise. I miss the old Minecraft whenever it wasn't promoting identity politics in kids' games. Okay, was it worth the billion?
Yo, these are the people in the comments. These are just the people that are just scolding the game like
And
crazy
Notch
now.
Had to double check that this was the real account. Can you play as the oppressor? That would be cool. That's a good question. Yeah, can you play as the KKK in this too? I wonder. And are you kidding? This is a game geared towards kids. Keep the propaganda out of it. You should absolutely propagandize.
And you know what's crazy? This isn't the first time that this has happened. You remember back whenever Fortnite had that map that was supposed to be used to push the Kamala Harris campaign? I don't think a lot of you guys remember that, but there was a map in Fortnite, and it actually broke the terms of service of Fortnite, of the community guidelines, which means they have a thing that says no propaganda they're like baked into the game itself, and people knew about it and talked about it, and I think it might even still be up. That's the crazy part.
Things for kids. You should, because if you don't, your opponents will. And it's not a game that you can win by not playing. You should. You should teach the kids that the ice raids are good. You should have them reenact.
And you know what's really crazy is I see all these classrooms marching these elementary students, or these, like, I would say they're like, they must be in elementary, like third, fourth, fifth-ish, out into public. And I immediately, the first thing that I saw or thought of whenever I saw that was, well, they're going to just hate it when they get older. They're going to hate everything that has to do with, like, whatever they're going against. It's just like whenever you make a kid be religious and you take them to church every fucking Saturday or Sunday. And you make them sit there, like, everyone that I know, including myself, that was forced to go to a church and do that shit every fucking weekend, they fucking hate it. They don't ever go. Ever. As an adult. Well, that's exactly what's going to happen whenever these kids grow up. They're going to be like, oh, well, fuck that. I'm not doing that. That's exactly what's going to happen.
Them on Roblox and have them celebrating it. Because if they don't do that, if you don't do that, you're going to have somebody else, some other fucking mom or something like this. Take a look at this. I saw this before. And where is it? Here it is. A video circulating shows classrooms in Boston area teaching very young kids to protest Trump and ICE. See? See, if you don't do this, they will do this. You always have to do the same thing that your opponents do. If you don't, then you'll lose. That's it. And so it's that simple. The transition from
and you know what's crazy is that what better person to want to protest Donald Trump than teachers? And let me hold on. Let me put this in a way that doesn't, because I dated a teacher for 5 years. They get paid based on asses and chairs. If you have a bunch of illegals running around in your community, that gives you a lot of asses and chairs. That brings a lot of money to the school, and that brings pay raises to the teachers. It sucks dick that we live in a country where teachers are having to pay for their own school supplies and advocate for illegal immigrants to be in the country simply to make money. We have a very fucked up system, and it is failing. It is failing miserably. From the ground up.
Transition libertarian to conservatism? Well, I don't have any principle, like, guiding philosophy.
We would never get into arguments over it. But I would always ask her, what's wrong with getting rid of illegal immigrants? The answer was, well, they're not breaking the law. And I reiterated, but they are. They are illegal immigrants. They are breaking the law being in the country. And I would always get the same brain dead stare that I would always get. And then we would talk about something else. And it was like, what the fuck? Like, there's no, like, nothing? Just nothing, huh?
Makes sense. It's just mainly about getting things done that I want. That's really about it. Like, I don't view things as a conservative, a liberal, a libertarian. I think that's stupid. I think the best way to look at it is you base things off of what you're seeing and what the right way to do things is. That's it.
And your band,
before you come up with a label for yourself and say, this is what I am, and so now I have to think in accordance with this. That's bullshit to me. I'm not going to do that. And anyway, on the topic of fighting with propaganda, did you watch A Million Amelias yet? No, I haven't yet at all. ICE never really needed riot control training until recently. People seem to ignore that. Absolutely. So anyway, they got no way they actually made the bus. Is this an out-of-season April Fool's joke? Well, anyway, as much as I like this idea, people are going to mod this and make incredibly offensive videos that go straight to Instagram Reels.
Panic.
They
What are you
sure
talking
are,
about?
and I'm going to watch them. And so anyway, you have everybody shitting on them massively. Everybody hates this in Minecraft, and it's gotten so bad they had to lock their replies. And I want to say, guys, I'm really proud of you guys.
People just come
I really
in.
am. Because
makes it
so
so
many people
easy.
push back on this, they had to shut it down. They did. I played this on stream today, and it's genuine propaganda that starts off in modern day, where mixed race protesters are clashing with all white cops. No way! Really? Oh my God! You're welcome. Yeah, I didn't even know this. Jesus Christ! Mandatory ride-along ICE raids. Yeah. Have the kids.
I feel like what we need to do is start taking millions of dollars away from these big corporations and funneling that back into our system. That's what we need to do. We need to start taking money from all these multi-billion-dollar corporations that are making billions of dollars, and we need to start we either need to start taking that money and printing out like we need to funnel that back into the actual infrastructure first and foremost. And then we also need to use that to funnel it into education, into research and development. We need to funnel that. Well, we can whenever they start making robots for a lot of the stuff that they're doing in businesses, like, for example, Amazon, when they start using robots, we should tax them, have like a robot tax, and we should use that to make universal basic income is what we should do with that. And give everybody like a check every month, because, I mean, how are you going to have any money if a robot takes your job? How are you going to have any money if AI does all the art and development of a game? How are you going to be able to fucking do anything? You're going to need a universal basic income. You're going to need some form of free housing at some point, because whenever you don't have a job and there's no jobs that can exist because you have robots and AI running everything, well, now you got a fucking huge problem now, don't you? Because this doesn't help anybody. That means that the big corporations aren't able to take money from you because you don't have any fucking money, and you're not able to spend money because you don't have any money because you don't have a job. So, like, at the end of the day, we're going to have to figure out a way to spread the wealth, regardless of whether they like it or not. We're going to have that pinnacle at some point within the next 60 to 70 years, if not maybe within the next 100 or 200 years. It's going to happen, especially with the more advanced technology that we get. It's going to happen.
I like that. Why does the left think everything is
importing a fuckload of illegal immigrants and paying them pennies on the dollar is not a solution to this problem?
Normal whenever Trump is gone? Well, I don't know. And hopefully it gets worse. But anyway, villagers will not replace us. Diverse... Dude.
Oh my god, dude. Dude. If you don't know what this is the camera angle of the guy that stabbed the Ukrainian lady and killed her. She fled from the Ukraine war to seek asylum in America, and she got stabbed to death by a guy. I believe this was in New York. She got stabbed to death by a homeless guy that had like a bunch of prior arrests and like 5 or 6 felonies. Like over 36 arrests and like 5 or 6 felonies.
Why did they do this? What a mistake.
Holy shit.
I can't even watch that one. That's too much.
Holy shit.
Oh my god. And so there's even more of these. Holy fucking shit. And when Minecraft gets stuck in traffic because a horde of villagers are protesting an iron golem killing a baby zombie. Oh my god.
Yo, these are kids making these posts too. A lot of these posts are from like people that either play Minecraft or like angsty teens.
Minecraft if Notch was still in charge. God.
Right?
Is that it? Middleton files will be released. The UK government voted for it. Yeah, isn't it all white protesters attacking mixed race cops? Yes, it is. And it's Wigartha. Is it really? What is this?
Oh, these fucking songs, man. Oh my god, that's Epstein Island. Oh my god. It's Kirk. We gotta stop with this, man. We gotta stop. We got to.
Yeah, I love this, man. Oh my god.
Wait, what did that say?
Check the other posts. These are epic. Yeah, I love.
Change for your Minecraft avatar to get. Oh my god. Bike stealing mechanics. 13% players doing 50% of violent crimes. Oh my god, dude. Yo.
This, man.
Bro, they know what's going on Twitter.
And, wow. The world owes Notch an apology. I know. I think Notch is great. I think he's man. Conservatives haven't been this angry since the actual civil rights movement. Yeah, bro. Like, that was a real bad one, huh? Right? Yeah, totally true.
Holy shit, bro. Oh my god. Holy shit. Holy shit.
You can't do this. You gotta shut it down. Shut this down. This is wrong. Bro, this is nothing about this is funny. Nobody's laughing, guys. Nobody should be laughing at all.
Holy fuck. Bro, this one got me. This one really got me whenever
on Minecraft. Leaked footage from the next DLC.
Oh my god. That's a church, bro. Bro.
Guys.
Don't try to run over police with your Minecraft car.
This is insane.
Yo, this woman threw her life away to be a fucking meme in Minecraft.
It's in Minecraft. Wow. Christ Church massacre? Well, that's what happens. I mean, here's the truth. The more that you try to push kids in this direction by like forcing this type of values on them, the more they're going to get mad about it. I mean, and also like really,
like,
so
this is just a fucking fuck fest. Why would you have done that? You see all the like craziness that's going on with like Billie Eilish right now. She's about to lose her mansion, and you want to say, dude, that's just so stupid. That's such a dumbass thing. Okay, so time we looking at 9:16. Okay, so let's do the Epstein. Nah, I guess if we're gonna, does Fox News have anything new? Why the fuck would you ransack a Catholic school? What the fuck? Hello?
DOJ launching a civil rights probe after a California Catholic school was broken into and vandalized. Just look at what you're seeing on your screen right here. The criminals destroying a life-size Virgin Mary statue and the parish's sacred.
If you really think that you're gonna, I'm not even part of the, like, I am Catholic, but I don't go and do any of that. It's just what I was told whenever I was a child. If you think for a second you're going to immigrate to a country and change the minds of a single percentage of the country to a point where they're breaking into churches, which, by the way, is the majority of the country's religion, and break and vandalize them without radicalizing, like supremely radicalizing people against you and your cause, you are sorely mistaken. You want to see people get really pissed off and try to get you out of the country even faster? Do two things. Fuck with their kids, vandalize churches. What the fuck are you doing? What are you doing?
Tabernacle, among many other beloved items. Investigators say the school suffered an estimated $100,000 in damages from this break-in as local authorities and the FBI begin their search for the suspects. Joining me now is a faculty member of the Holy Innocents Catholic School in Long Beach, California, Tony Tripp. Tony, we are so sorry about what happened. It's just shocking to look at. Can you tell us the extent of the damage?
As you saw in the pictures, it was pretty extensive. They pretty much went through the whole place. Didn't matter where it was, throughout there and ransacked whatever they could. Religious articles.
This is probably protest because the DOJ is having to get involved with this. This means that it's probably some form of protest.
One of the biggest shockers to us, but all the equipment, they literally opened every single closet and pulled everything out. But some things were just for the destruction purpose, like one of our catechesis classrooms that was there had only things to educate little children, and they tore it apart, broke furniture, and even tore open the wall to get our sound system.
They getting mad now, boy. They all getting fucking deported. They getting angry. They getting angry. But you gonna sit there and you gonna destroy a church? A church? Of all things, a church.
Them out. So, I mean, it was very, very extensive.
Man, you know that most churches get a lot of their funding from, like, the donations? That a lot of them don't even qualify for actual, like, federal funding? Because they're just not big enough?
Yeah, who could have done this? Maybe a I don't know, a disgruntled student, or it could have been a complete stranger? What are police telling you?
Right now, the law enforcement is doing their investigation, so we're not hearing much, obviously, and we want them to do their investigation so they can find whoever did this. So we have no idea.
What the fuck? Yo, they piled the Bibles up. Do you think they were gonna light that shit on fire? What the fuck? They want to call everyone else. Now, dude, look what they're doing. They're piling up fucking religious Bibles in the center of the floor like they're gonna burn them like Nazis, bro. That's what the Nazis did.
Well, someone is responsible
Hello?
for this, or maybe several.
What the fuck?
Several people, given the extent of all this. What's your message to them?
My message to them is to, search your heart and to please, turn yourself in if you can. We would really appreciate that, because to make reparation for what you've done, it's more than just material to us. This is a center of our faith, especially the tabernacle. That's the biggest thing for us. When we got there and we saw that taken off of its pedestal, and we thought they stole it at first, and no, they were just trying to break it open. And as you know, as
you know what? That's what really sucks. This was a nice church. It's a beautiful, beautiful church. Like, I'm not a church going person. I don't really, practice religion like that at all. Like, I would consider myself more atheist than anything, but I know for a fact that there's one thing I'd never fuck with, and that's people's religion, man. That's for some people, religion is all they have. They have nothing else. Religion is what some people get up in the morning, and that's all they have to go off of. Like, some people's whole mentality in life revolve around their religion. This is such an affront to the American Constitution. This is disgraceful. It's disrespectful. What the fuck are we doing this? Why? What? Like, how could you possibly justify this?
That's a big sacrilege for us, and we care for this person's soul, and we want them to make sure that they can turn themselves in and make reparation for what they've done.
What does this look like to you? I mean, when you walk through this,
it looks like a religious hate crime to me.
Destruction. I mean, you see the Virgin Mary destroyed and
that's
beheaded.
So sad, bro.
Was
like,
this
what
for
the
purpose
fuck?
Of stealing something, or were these people? Was this targeted at anti-Catholic sentiment, or were they angry personally and maybe have some personal involvement with your school? What do you think? What does your gut tell you here?
My gut's telling me that it's probably a group of individuals. I have no idea, because it's very strange. To a certain appearance, it does look like they want to steal things, and then at another side.
A part of me, I hope that this is some stupid, angsty group of teens that just decided to, try and tug on some doors, and this one just so happened to be open. I genuinely hope that this isn't a bunch of protesters. Because I don't think they understand how bad this looks for their cause. Like, if you are trying to promote whatever it is that you're doing, this is not the way to do it. This is not what you want to be doing. I don't understand how anyone who isn't like... I just don't...
It looks like
I
just
couldn't
wanted to destroy
fathom
anything that had a religious symbolism purpose. So, not sure what the motivation was, but I do know that we want them to obviously make reparation and change what they've done. I mean, what's crazy about this is, God does great things with bad things sometimes, and the show of support from the Catholic community has been huge. I mean, we've never expected anything like this, and it's given us tremendous hope, that people still have faith and believe in God and are willing to stand up for their faith. So, we also want to thank all the people who've supported us to help us to repair all the damage.
Sometimes God presents us with challenges for
That's
a
crazy,
greater
bro.
good or a larger purpose, and maybe
that shit, just looking at that makes me sick to my stomach. That makes me genuinely sick to my stomach. I don't understand what someone who did something like that could have been thinking. That just, oh my god, dude, that pisses me off. So let's take a look at Epstein's Island. I saw a little bit of this yesterday, and what's crazy is I didn't know that they haven't let anybody set foot on the island to actually investigate it. Like, actually, like a person that isn't part of the FBI or some form of government or someone who owns the island. They haven't let any media on it. So there's a lot about the island that we don't know. And a lot of the images were done by drones or by Google. And on Google, some of the island is blurred as if to hide something. I didn't know all of this. So let's look at how crazy this island looks. It looks like some kind of satanic fucking symbol. I kid you not.
Jeffrey Epstein's island. To understand it fully, we've remodeled the entire island, and we've divided it into 3 main sections. So we can tell the complete story of how this place was built and what it was hiding. The first villa sits on a point just below the main house, built years after Epstein purchased the island. Next to it is another residence, connected to the pool complex by a lower level doorway. This one even had an outdoor bath backed by a giant mirror looking out toward the sea. Facing the ocean is a wide stone patio. Set into the floor are 2 mirrored shell designs, along with the letter E. It may have been decoration, or something more symbolic. Above it all is the main house itself, the largest residence on the island.
That's a big one.
When Epstein bought Little St. James in 1998, this house was already here, but he had it remodeled and expanded into part of a much larger complex.
Damn.
The sea-facing side has a veranda, while the back of the house opens into the pool area. That pool complex is massive. It has 4 cabanas, a pergola, and a large swimming pool.
Bro got his own mini town, I guess.
Wow.
At the far end of the pool was a statue of a seated archer, and beyond it, a painted compass that some mistook for a helipad.
What the
Parts of the pool complex were 2-storied, with staircases and hidden doors that led into lower levels.
There's talk that there are tunnel systems in the island that nobody's been down, at least no one in media. Who knows what's down there?
Yeah.
Not far away, along the beach, another villa was hidden behind thick
it's another
trees.
house. Oh, it's like, yeah, it's so
Visitors
small.
usually arrive by sea. Boats pulled into the island's jetty, which had a covered loading and waiting area.
Can you believe this guy was literally sitting there on his rape island, having presidents and other billionaires coming and asking him for advice while he's playing World of Warcraft and fucking around?
You know, there was talk, though, of some of the emails of him talking to some of the cruise liners at Walt Disney, trying to make them come closer to the island and possibly to kidnap children.
In Call of Duty, getting banned on Xbox Live. Like, I mean, this is actually insane. What the fuck?
Those who came by air.
And I agree with that. None of us will ever see what really happened.
Grassy helicopter pad.
And
it
War
had
Thunder,
small
yeah.
shelters for passengers
pigsty,
and luggage.
yeah.
Nearby, 2 strange details stand out. At the top of a slope is a giant monkey statue, and beside it, a stone staircase
A giant
that leads up the
monkey
hill,
statue?
then stops abruptly, earning it the name the Stairs to Nowhere. This northern section of the island was meant to impress. Moving toward the center of the island, the design shifts. Here, the focus is less on luxury and more on control. Tucked into the trees is a low building, almost hidden from view.
This place is massive.
Its purpose is still unknown. Just beyond it lies...
Wait, so there's a giant warehouse and nobody knows why it's there? Well, that seems pretty interesting. Huh.
The island's main service area.
Wow.
This section held the machines that kept everything running. The desalination plant for fresh water, generators for power, storage rooms, and sewage management.
It's like a rust base.
Some of these buildings were built directly into the hillside. Their flat rooftops doubled as parking pads, and vents cut into the ground.
Wait, so you had people landing on the... Oh my god.
Hinted at larger rooms below. In one case, drone footage even captured doors leading deeper into the hill.
Yep.
Dude.
Who knows what's in those tunnels?
Oh, wow. The caves of despair.
From this hub, a steep road winds upward. On the surface, it looks like a simple path, but it may cover a water pipeline that connects to the island's fountain.
Yeah?
The fountain itself sat quietly in the middle of the island,
nice fountain.
ringed with benches.
Sure.
In one video, deer were seen grazing nearby, giving the strange sense of calm in a place filled with secrets.
There's
Closer
deer
to
there.
the southern edge of this section, a massive sundial stands. Once, it was surrounded by 13 brightly painted
13 brightly painted benches?
That's creepy, bro. That's so creepy.
What the fuck?
benches. Some say representing the 13 ruling bloodlines in conspiracy lore. The face of the sundial resembles a Masonic design, another detail that fueled speculation.
Oh my god.
Nearby, smaller structures dotted the coast. One open-air cabana seemed to have massage tables beneath its straw roof.
I wonder why he would have that.
Oh, Jesus. Man.
Another beachside building, now only ruins, may have been for changing clothes or toilets. Close to the sundial, an odd patch of beach is marked out on Google Maps.
Yeah, you can't see it.
Blurred as if to hide something.
Oh.
You can't see the beach.
Beach is marked out on Google Maps.
Yeah.
Blurred as if to hide something.
Oh.
On higher ground
What?
sits a large building with 3 garage doors and a row of sealed windows. Some have described it as a staff barracks, others as storage. Either way, it stood apart from the luxury of the main house,
All right.
suggesting it was built for those who worked, or were kept, on the island.
They were kept on it.
This middle zone tied everything together.
Google Maps.
The
it?
southern stretch of the island is where the strangest and most unsettling designs appear. At the far southwest tip stands the most infamous
There's the fucking building.
It's the
structure of
temple,
all.
right? Yeah, the temple.
Called Temple.
The temple. Fuck.
Painted in bold blue and white stripes, it once had a golden
Blue and white. What are the colors of the Israeli flag?
I fucking know.
I forgot.
Israeli flag. It's blue and white.
dome and statues of Poseidon and birds perched on its corners. From the outside, it looks like something out of another world. Early visitors described its inside as a music room with bookshelves, a grand piano.
Why the fuck would you need a door like that?
Inside, it looks like something out of another world. Early visitors described
Look at that door, bro. Jesus.
inside as
Think that bitch is armored enough or what?
music room with bookshelves, a grand piano, and even a portrait of Epstein with a pope.
A portrait of Epstein with the Pope?
But by 2019, drone footage revealed only scaffolding, mattresses, and junk, as if it had been stripped bare.
Mattresses?
Some believe a small nearby shed hides entrances underground, though nothing has ever been proven.
What the fuck?
One site shows a pergola with 2 sealed doors built into the hillside. A second building that once stood here was destroyed during Hurricane Irma, leaving behind only a flagpole and a concrete slab. This part of the island also served as a dumping ground. Trash was buried under dirt,
Only
but
trash?
over time, pieces surfaced again. Visitors later reported seeing everything from machinery to broken furniture left rotting under the sun. Above the dump is a second swimming pool, Unlike the Grand Pool complex near the main house, this one was smaller, attached to a 1,200 square foot building with a garage-style door. Other features add to the eerie.
I mean, this has to be a call. This is like a Call of Duty map or something. Like, this is crazy.
Remember, guys, he was in finances.
Oh my god!
And this is one of his This is one of his estates. One.
A flight of stairs to nowhere climbs up the hillside, ending abruptly with a statue at its top. A large monkey statue sits nearby, silent and unsettling. At the highest point of the island, a tall telecom tower looms, with Wi-Fi repeaters fixed to buildings all around, ensuring constant surveillance and communication. Here, on this southern edge, beauty and mystery collide. The temple, the sundial, the sealed doors, and the landfill, all of it suggests an island designed.
Somebody's saying it's a shrine to Harambe.
Not only for privacy, but for secrecy.
That's fucking eerie, bro.
Thank you guys. This video was in.
That's eerie.
After the Haiti earthquake occurred in January 2010, Epstein and others became increasingly interested in Haiti. I found an interesting email. Someone is in deep shit. An unnamed contact about low-key personnel trip to Port-au-Prince, Haiti, that someone named Steve had received an invitation to meet Haiti's newly elected president. What the?
Here we go.
So there it is. They need to show us the names. Well, so he's doing Mexico.
So this is the other estate. His 10,000-acre ranch in New Mexico, known as Zorro, was miles from civilization and featured a massive underground layer that an IT contractor compared to a dungeon outfitted with cameras. It had an airstrip, a helicopter pad, and much more.
10,000.
He also paid off the surrounding tenants around him, and he also paid off the sheriff so he could operate there with impunity, so he can do whatever he wanted.
In New Mexico, known as Zorro, it had an airstrip and helicopter pad. So everybody's talking about the island, but I had no idea he also had an entire ranch.
He also owned a place in, I believe, New York. It was another estate that was like the second most expensive estate in like the world, or like in America. Sorry, not the world, in America. There was that estate as well.
Holy shit. It had an airstrip, a helicopter pad.
You know what I find really odd? How is it that these places are still running, even though he's gone?
Illegally, through campaign donations, paid off the local sheriff and a wide range of New Mexico politicians and operated there with total impunity. Yeah, Ram Ranch is real. Holy shit. A whole fucking compound, I know. And so anyway, let's go back and look at the other ones here too. And, we already saw this before. And the more that comes out, the more you start to wonder if we even know how sick these people are. And Harvard professor Martin Nowak emailed Ghislaine Maxwell in 2002 to thank her for her hospital. Zorro Ranch report surfaced. Maxwell in 2000. Lots of love, Martin. I mean, what are those? I don't even know what the hell those things are. Oh, this is Poseidon. Children were being sacrificed to the gods of elites on Epstein's Island. The designs and statues on the island reference Babylonian cultures that worshipped in the same false light Anunnaki gods. Even their demonic messenger was there. This is... Sounds like you could be the first investor so long as there's absolute anonymity. I have always envisioned there would be anonymity requirements about babies. We can't publicly identify who these are or their parents or benefactors. It would brand...
Oh, yeah, this is them. Okay, so this is the baby factory. this was in 2018, right? Yeah, August 13, 2018. You required it use of funds spreadsheet for the designer baby and human cloning company.
Child, essentially and sadly a freak of life in the media, so I always assumed the investor would need absolute anonymity for these kinds of products. So the financial structure needs to be designed with those details in mind. Let's discuss these issues later on. I have no issue with investing. The problem is only if I am seen to lead. There is a deck about my designer baby project. I can't program, but I am not bad at structuring. Smiley face. Attached is a document that you requested. It's the use of funds spreadsheet for the designer baby and human cloning company.
Yep. It's kind of crazy that almost every conspiracy theorist out there prior to this being released was almost goddamn near right. And they were all being called crazy.
There it is. Yep, there it is. Wow. The Clone Wars, yep, 0 arrests. Nobody's going to get arrested. Nobody's going to jail. Nothing's going to happen. Everything will continue on as normal, and there will be no consequences, no changes, nothing at all. And in
that's
5
the sad
years
part.
from now, people won't even believe what was being released today ever even happened. That's the difference.
Well, the weight of everything that is being released right now is so heavy. And you know what's really sad? Is I don't doubt that it's even still happening. Why else would these places still be running?
That's where things are going to go. People won't even believe that it happened. This gets us out of the self-funded garage biology phase to the first live birth of a human designer baby, and possibly a human clone within 5 years. When was this? 2008.
Yep.
Then 5 years. Once we reach the first birth, everything changes and the world will never be the same again, much less the future of the human species. Attached document shows a $1 million, 1.7 a year for an up to 5 years, plus a $1 million lab setup. Honestly, that's a really good deal. That's a great deal for something like this. Like, wow, like 1.7 million a year.
It's insanity.
Wow.
You realize that they're already making cloned babies, and we would never know about it if Trump wouldn't have kept his foot out of his mouth? Do you understand how sick and sadistic this is?
Okay. He was creating his next vessel. So, yeah, I think that's true. Next steps, I'm happy to hop on another call and take a trip to meet you in person. And if you have any thoughts about what might be missing or what's a reasonable estimate to get to the first live birth, I might really appreciate this. I'm going to be in Lithuania.
These are all emails. These are real emails that Epstein sent and received.
Well, so I guess amateur in Mississippi has been testing human sperm modification. Dude, I don't even know what to say. I really don't. Like, what the fuck is going on? So anyway, we've got even more of this. Let me see if I can pull up the other ones too, because it's gotten even more ridiculous and even more insane. Was taken from Jeffrey Epstein's home as my insurance in case of cause of future litigation against Epstein. Sorry, no questions. Do you know somewhere in the hills outside of Zorro, that's his ranch, 2 foreign girls were buried on orders of Jeffrey and Madam G. Both died by strangulation during rough fetish sex. Here are the link footage from Jeffrey Epstein. Link truncated.
So that ranch that we saw, there's supposedly 2 girls that have been killed and buried out in those hills.
sex video with minor, threesomes, underage girl. Oh my God.
I remember this actor. I remember thinking for a long time, whatever happened to this actor? Because he played in The Lost Boys. And I watched The Lost Boys here and there growing up as a child, and I loved the movie. I absolutely love, and he was in some other films too. I never understood what happened to him. Where did he go? What happened to this actor?
You believe that children are being abused by pedophiles in Hollywood.
Absolutely.
So why are you sitting down talking to me? Why aren't you sitting down with the police right now?
I've told the police. In fact, if anybody wants to go back to 1993 when I was interviewed by the Santa Barbara Police Department, I sat there and I gave them the names. They're on record. They have all of this information, but they were scanning Michael Jackson. All they cared about was trying to find something on Michael Jackson.
Who you said, by the way, did not abuse you.
Who Michael was innocent.
You've said
The king. Of course he's innocent.
you've had death threats.
Yep.
Yes.
Because you have this information and have threatened to expose
The goat.
it. Another reason I think to go to police.
And I wonder why they were trying to scan Michael so hard. I wonder why that is. Maybe it was because he wanted nothing to do with what the fuck they were doing.
Crime to threaten someone's life.
I've gone to the police with that as well.
And what would be wrong with going to the police now?
So wait a minute. So are you saying that a lot of this stuff got scapegoated on Michael Jackson? And they focused on Michael Jackson to keep the focus away.
Oh.
Holy shit.
Yep.
Again, didn't work out in Santa
There's a
Barbara.
statute of limitations, Matt, in the state of California, which protects people. It's not
Listen to this. Listen to this.
limitations, Matt. And there's a statute of limitations, Matt, in the state of
There it is. Big surprise that they would have a massive industry like Hollywood set up in one of the states where the statute of limitation exists.
California, which protects people. It's not that way in New York. It's that way only where the movie industry is, conveniently enough, in California. That's the seriousness of this. You cannot, because if I were to go to the police, I would be the one who's getting sued.
Wow. Wow.
And what really sucks about this is that none of the actual like pedo stuff came out until like four or 5 years ago. That's whenever Hollywood got cracked wide open with all this. He had made a book. They blacklisted him. They wouldn't let him star in any films. They kept him away from everything and anything that had to do with Hollywood. They shunned him out. They had people on media that he would do these interviews with, questioning him to the point where it felt like all they were trying to do was shut him down. And he was fucking right, bro. Everything he said was right.
And this is insane, man. Epstein Island.
Just like that guy that covered Pizzagate and he got blacklisted from everything. Got vindicated 10 years later.
Neverland Ranch. Well, Epstein, to be fair, Epstein also had a ranch too. So just keep that in mind. It's not like there's only one.
I'm saying that there are
There he is again.
that were the people that did this to both me and Corey that are still working. They're still out there, and they're some of the richest, most powerful people in this business.
And they are.
And I'm saying that there are people that were the people that did this to both me and Corey that are still working. They're still out there, and they're some of the richest, most powerful people in this business.
And they are.
And they do not want me saying
This
what
is
I'm
The
saying
View. This is The View, by the way.
now.
Are you saying that they're pedophiles?
Yes.
And that they're still in this business?
Yes.
That's what, and that's what you're saying in your book. When you talk,
You're damaging an entire industry.
I'm sorry.
This retarded hag.
Remember, guys, they don't care about the victims. They just want to be the victims.
This retarded fucking hag. Oh my God.
Damaging an entire industry.
I'm sorry, I'm not trying to. I'm just trying to say that it's a very important, serious topic.
You're damaging an entire industry.
Oh my God.
Oh no, he's damaging that entire industry. Oh, that poor industry. Damn.
She's one of the clones.
She's one of the clones.
Once the Epstein files are fully released, I think there's a possibility America will no longer be a country. What are you talking about? Shut up. Disney sent children to Epstein Island. Afterward, make your way to second snorkel stop, Little St. James Island. Oh my God. That's his island right there. Disney Cruise Line. So they're having kids go nearby Jeffrey Epstein's island. This is a Disney. There's no way.
Yep.
Oh my
there it
God.
is, boys.
Disney Cruises. It's that logo. Yes. I don't even. Oh my God. I will be sending fresh muffins with carnia. You currently have 2 steaks on the island. Would you like new ones? 2 steaks. How about that? Wow. When we began the pizza arrangement, I thought we were going to be more careful than this. Barack Obama, $65,000 hot dogs. The hot dogs that can come, but if you make a spectacle out of it, it will be our downfall. All this coded language, it is. It's all oh, man. And then yes, this is what I saw earlier. A user on Reddit managed to log into Epstein's Outlook account using the information he found on the officially released files. Epstein's Outlook password was #1 island.
Jesus, man.
The #1 island boy. Oh my God. There's been an ongoing conversation recently about whether Jeffrey Epstein is actually a vampire time traveling, and in a previous life, he was formerly Andrew Jackson, President of the United States. Now, at this current point, we're not sure if that's true. There's a high probability that it's not true. But that probability that it's not true gets smaller every day, doesn't it? It does. Ready. Absolute of Turin or the holy used as carpets in his home.
That's crazy.
They're not a good chance. There is a chance handling a shoddy and potentially compromising evidence.
It's just crazy how everything just kind of got laid out. It really is. So I had said that the Epstein files coming out was going to make a lot of people get shaken up around the world. You know, you're going to see these leaders get overthrown or kicked out. Well, it's starting to happen. It's starting to happen right now as we speak.
Whoa, hold up. Keir Starmer's finished. He admits he knew Peter Mendelsohn. So Peter Mendelsohn, this is a guy who is one of the recurring characters, you could say, in the Jeffrey Epstein files. Not a good place to be in. And so Keir Starmer, they're saying they knew he was friends with Jeffrey Epstein. Well, let's watch this and see what happens.
When we knew this, I asked him at that dispatch box, he gave Mandelson his full confidence at that dispatch box, not once, but twice. He only sacked him after pressure from us. I am asking the Prime Minister something very specific, not about the generalities of the full extent. Can the Prime Minister tell us, did the official security vetting he received mention Mandelson's ongoing relationship with the paedophile Jeffrey Epstein?
So clear. That's a good question. That's a really good question. I feel like a lot of people would want to know the answer to this.
Like, this is affecting governments everywhere.
Prime Minister.
Yes, it did.
There it is. There it is. There it is.
I think that we need to get him. We need to get him and we need to put him in jail here in New York. Not for any specific
It's crazy that countries all over the world are dealing with this and people are stepping out of places of power I think I think it was Britain. One of the princes stepped out, but somehow everyone in our government is avoiding accountability. It's interesting, isn't it? Especially with a lot of these old fucking boomers that were definitely in power during Epstein's time, somehow had nothing to do with it. I find that extremely, extremely hard to believe.
But just for having such a lack of aura and for being such a limp dick that I feel like we
put to him,
Prime Minister.
Yes, it did.
So what they asked him is, did you hire this person because of Epstein being on their file? And he said yes.
As a result, various questions were put to him. I intend to disclose.
Are you...
And this person was later fired, obviously.
Pedophile? Did you have... have you ever eaten a baby? Okay, what's next?
Well, you know that people all over the globe and in every political piece of, the world is involved with that. There's no fucking way they're not, dude.
Do you...
Even Vladimir came forward and said that their days are numbered before the files started getting released. Bro, come on.
Okay, all right, good.
That means that Vladimir knew what was going on to an extent.
Let's see.
That should say something. If Vladimir is too scared to say something, Vladimir is too scared to say something, why is it that he's attacking the Ukraine and you don't really hear much of it? If you were, especially in this day and age, if you're attacking another country, wouldn't you be doing what Iran is doing, where they're posting AI videos of them sinking American ships and stuff like that? Wouldn't you have just a little bit of, oh yeah, we're doing this, fuck you? You find that odd at all? How quiet he is about doing it? It's almost like there's someone behind the doors just pulling strings. It really makes you wonder, doesn't it?
What's wrong with you?
Close to this house, all of...
What does pizza mean to you?
The national security, prejudice to international relations on one side. I want to make sure that this house sees the full documentation, so it will see for itself the extent to which time and time again.
You know what I think is funny is that a lot of people had relationships with Jeffrey Epstein, and I think that many of the people that did weren't guilty of anything that was really bad. So they might not have really, that wasn't really a red flag potentially then, but I don't really care. This guy is a limp dick. He's a limp dick. Everybody knows it. And whatever is going to get rid of him, I think that's great. I do. I think it's great.
And completely misrepresented the extent of his relationship.
He has negative aura. Look,
what's crazy is that now that he just said that in front of everybody, nobody's gonna. He's pretty much done. They're not going to be following what he says now at this point. They're going to disregard what he's saying.
Throughout the process,
even just having your picture or your name in those files, people are immediately categorizing you as, a pedo, and it's kind of deserved at this point. And that this is what happens whenever you don't pull the people who were actually disgusting pigs that were in those files to justice, and you try to make it so wide that nobody's going to jail for it, but at the same time, everyone's involved. Well, guess what's probably going to happen? Either everyone's going to jail or they're going to die. That's what's going to happen. Because you didn't bring any of these people to justice. There are people that are in the Epstein files that are on so much wealth, they're living their best life without any fucking fear. And they are probably still doing what they did in the files. They're living their best life.
Look at this, bro.
What do you think is going to happen?
Aura level 0. This is embarrassing. You need to put this guy in jail.
The due diligence.
That's what happens when you don't bring the individuals that did crimes in those files. Everyone who's involved is a criminal. This is what it looks like.
Mr. Speaker, I think it is shocking what the Prime Minister has just said. How can he stand up there saying that he knew, but he just asked Peter Mandelson if the security vetting was true or false? This is a man who's been sacked from cabinet twice already for unethical behavior.
Wait. So this guy had already been kicked out 2 times before? For how little aura he has? Dude, this was the video that convinced me that we need to put him in jail. Look.
Because he's short?
He's actually the shortest person there. Well, I guess, okay, that guy's pretty short too. Jeez, look at him, bro. Like, look, why is he wobbly? Dude, oh my God, what a doofus. So real quick. So this Peter Mandelson guy had already been kicked off of 2 other groups in the past for unethical behavior. And they thought this guy was involved with Jeffrey Epstein. And he said that it was okay. And so they invited him again. Is this real?
Yep.
Trying to sabotage that release with an amendment. All why later today.
Hold on.
My party will call on the government to the Prime Minister wants us to see. Because this government is trying to sabotage that release with an amendment to let him...
It's so funny to see them doing the same shit that we're doing. That's right. Wow. Again, same exact fucking thing. Yeah, so you guys having the same problems that we are. Yeah, how about that?
Yo.
Choose what we see.
It's annoying,
the man
isn't
who
it?
appointed Mandelson in the first place. Labour MPs now have to decide if they want to be accessories to his...
Well, no, I mean, somebody said he's the ambassador to the United States, which makes sense, right? That way they at least...
I mean, what better way to make sure an ambassador is going to stay in line than to make sure he's involved with everything that could condemn him, right?
All have one thing in common.
Jesus.
Can the Prime Minister guarantee that he won't remove the whip if they refuse to vote for his whitewash amendment?
Prime Minister.
Mr. Speaker, the first exemption is in relation to anything that could compromise national security. That is
compromise national security. You do realize that you're compromised, right? Based on what you just said in that, I guess, court, you are compromised because the Epstein files, being involved with them, even not knowing, can compromise you. You are compromised now because of that. People could blackmail you into doing whatever because all they have to do is be like, well, we have this information on you. You're going to do what we want you to do while you're an elected official. Being involved with these files is a huge fucking problem. Even if your face shows up in there with how many redactions these files have, you shouldn't be in political power because it could give our adversaries the ability to blackmail you. Even if they don't have the full unredacted files, or maybe even they do and they unredacted them to the point where you actually are compromised, you're still compromised. You are still a detriment to the United States of America. Even if you're a foreign person who is with relations to America, that, you know, relaying like allied information, or a sitting active United States president like Donald Trump, just being in the files, with it being as heavily redacted as it is, means that you are a risk. You're a problem. You are. It means that because we don't know, you could be compromised. You could actually have been deeper in those files. Someone else got their hands on the files, unredacted them, and is now blackmailing you. This is the reason why it's a fucking problem. That's why every time I see Trump dodging around questions about the Epstein files, I'm like, you're not helping your case, bro. You're not.
Matter, and Many members on the benches opposite will know precisely why that needs to be in the exemption. When we were drafting humble addresses, when we were sitting over there, we always made sure that exemption was in because we knew how important it was to the then government. I don't think
nobody has a problem with.
I feel like what they should do is anybody whose name was in the files, the unredacted files up until now, they need to be removed from sitting in any form of government. And then they need to do a full, thorough investigation. And we need to see people get locked up for this. Like, there's talk of these fuckers eating, like, babies. Babies. You understand that even just having your name in these files at this point is it opens you up for such a massive smear campaign. It hurts everyone's cause. Having you as a sitting member in the government and you being in these files helps nobody. No fucking body.
Spies having their identities concealed. It's obvious.
I think I've seen a humble address
like,
without that in. Because just to be clear, to vote to release something that would prejudice national security is wrong in principle. The second
He's nervous. He's shaking. He's shaking. Look at his hands.
Look at his hands.
Is wrong in principle.
Look, he's shaking.
The second exemption.
Look at his hands.
He knows it's over. He knows it's over.
Is in relation to things that would prejudice international.
We gotta get rid of him, man. Yeah, they gotta put him in jail. They gotta arrest him.
Relations. There will be discussions about security and intelligence and trade, which are highly sensitive to the two countries involved and to third countries. Well, they have to ask themselves whether they want to vote to prejudice our national security. I don't think they do. I don't think, in fairness, that they do. But can I reassure the House, Mr. Speaker? Let me reassure the House. The process for deciding what falls into those categories will not be a political process. It will be led by the Cabinet Secretary, supported by government legal teams. So they will be looking at the question of prejudice. They will be making that decision. The only additional thing I just want to put before the House, because there was a discussion this morning with the Metropolitan Police.
Jesus Christ, bro, like, yeah, it's just the dude is cooked. I know, it's just embarrassing.
Is that we are in discussions with them about any material that they're concerned will prejudice their investigation. We're at an early stage. We're at an early stage of that discussion, but I didn't want to have the House not know that that discussion is going on.
Oh, okay. Well, so, yeah, this is crazy.
Tell us, did the official security vetting he received mention
the ambassador here?
Wait, what is he? Is the ambassador?
It turns out this guy was a recurring character in, like, in the Epstein files. That was about it. It's outdated. These clowns are supposed to make decisions, help our country. All they do is bicker and bitch. I mean, I don't know. I mean, again, like, I think they've got to work it out somewhere. Whatever happened to citizen's arrest? Citizen's arrest. That's like a fantasy.
I feel like if you were in the files and you did half the shit that those files say, we need to bring back public. We need to bring back not only public executions, but we need to bring back straight up crucifixion, bro. We gotta put these people up on the front of the White House lawn. Straight up. We gotta televise that shit. You sitting there fucking, oh man, eating a baby, bro. The fuck is that? That is just crazy. That is like that I don't even think there's words for that. Let me tell you something. God may have died for our sins, but let me tell you one thing he's not going to die for is that kind of sin. Fuck that. That's crazy.
I don't know how
that's crazy.
That even happened. Does Starmer have a lower approval rating than Hitler? That's thinking. It's thinking. Okay? Because, I mean, do you really involvement in Epstein files?
That's just,
I would assume, right? Because, like, I mean,
even like the people that are involved in those files, they need to be pushing harder for the full unredacted versions of these files, unless they're all guilty. If you've been named in the Epstein files and it's with parts that are redacted, like Elon, I would be pushing for the full unredacted versions of those files. Fuck that, dude. The more people that you have pushing for the full unredaction of these files, the more is going to be unredacted. That's what needs to, like, this, it's just crazy. It's crazy. It's actually crazy. The hell is this?
We expect to hear from President Trump in just a few minutes from now when he gives remarks at the annual National Prayer Breakfast. It comes as his administration reveals a new strategy for immigration enforcement, and senior White House correspondent Jackie Heinrich joins us with the details. Good morning, Jackie.
Good morning, Ainsley. The White House says President Trump has made strides to protect Americans' God-given rights and also his promise to reverse Joe Biden's policies that weaponize the government against people of faith.
Did he say that like 20 or 30 times whenever he did the interview with you?
Speak this morning around 8:30 at the prayer breakfast alongside a number of notable attendees, including Secretary of War Pete Hegseth, AG Pam Bondi, DNI Tulsi Gabbard, and a few foreign leaders, including El Salvador's president. His appearance comes after he defended his DHS Secretary Kristi Noem in an interview with NBC, saying Noem is not getting enough credit for her role securing the border, but he doesn't believe most polls showing Americans don't like the way that he's handled immigration, despite his acknowledgement of a shift in approach.
Mr. President, speaking of Minneapolis, what did you learn?
I learned that maybe we can use a little bit of a softer touch, but you still have to be tough. These are criminals. We're dealing with really hard criminals. But
you know, that's probably the best part about this whole thing. I loved how they've been calling Trump like all the like pedo and stuff, even though they don't have anything yet on it. Who knows? Maybe there is something that we're not aware of yet, which would not be surprising considering he's the president. I mean, why would they want to condemn the one person that's doing everything they want, right? But it's odd to me that they sit there and they wanted the Epstein files released constantly, you know, calling everyone pedos and stuff, yet they don't want the illegal alien child rapists out of the country? That's interesting. Seems kind of hypocritical, huh?
called the governor, I've called the mayor, spoke to him, had great conversations
Kind of like
with him.
hypocrisy a little bit, huh?
Yesterday, Border Czar Tom Homan announced a drawdown of 700 federal agents in Minneapolis after he reached an agreement with state leaders allowing ICE to apprehend criminals before they're released from jails.
I don't have to talk an echo chamber. I need to talk to the people who disagree with us. That's how we find solutions. To what makes them tick? Why do you think the way you think? And why do you think, really some public safety threats in the public's a good thing? So we have to have these discussions. And actually, they've been pretty good with the governor and the attorney general.
About 2,000 federal agents will remain after the 700 withdraw. Homan says returning to normal levels will depend on continued cooperation with state and local law enforcement and a decrease of attacks on federal immigration officers. Ainsley?
Okay, Jackie, thank you.
I'm Steve Doocy.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here.
We watch that. Get that out of here. Let's see. What is this?
But we begin with Alicia Acuna live outside the home where Nancy was taken. Hi, Alicia.
Oh, yeah, that's that lady that got kidnapped. Yeah, a lady got kidnapped. She got kidnapped. They're holding her for ransom. There we go. This is about Iran.
Sending a fresh warning to Iran.
Here we go. We're starting with the warnings now. Trump's doing his stereotypical thing that he does. He gives a warning, and then he gives them a couple days. And then he says, well, time's up.
Ahead of tomorrow's nuclear talks, Lucas Tomlinson joins us now from Washington with the latest. Lucas.
Good morning, Brian. There have been more than 80 flights over the past 2 weeks of U.S. military cargo planes racing air defense systems into the Middle East. Hundreds of land attack missiles are now ready to be launched into Iran from...
Boys, we might be seeing it ending over the next couple days. We might be seeing the end of this.
Missile destroyers, if ordered by the commander-in-chief. President Trump says this...
They made it. The Armada made it, boys.
Military buildup should get the Ayatollah's attention.
Should the supreme leader in Iran be worried right now?
I would say he should be very worried, yeah, he should be. As you know, they're negotiating with us. If we didn't take out that nuclear, we wouldn't have peace in the Middle East because the Arab countries could have never done that. They were very, very afraid of Iran. They're not afraid of Iran anymore.
After Operation Midnight Hammer in June destroyed 3 Iranian nuclear facilities, Trump warning Iran not to rebuild them.
Are they trying to restart the nuclear program?
Well, I heard that they are, and if they do, and I let them know, if they do, we're going to send them right back and do their job again. They were thinking about starting a new site in a different part of the country. We found out about it. I said, you do that, we're going to do very bad things to you.
President Trump's special envoy Steve Witkoff and Jared Kushner are headed to Oman to meet with Iran's foreign minister, who posted the details. Nuclear talks with the United States are scheduled to be held in Muscat on about 10 a.m. Friday. I'm grateful to our Omani brothers for making all necessary arrangements. Now, the American side...
Yeah, we could be seeing the end of the Iranian crap over the next 5 or 6 days, if not in the next 2 days. Especially if they don't want to talk and they end up killing people they shouldn't be killing, like the Iranians again, then I don't think the regime is going to last much longer.
To talk ballistic missiles and proxy forces. If these talks go south, Brian, the chance for combat action against Iran will increase. Brian?
All right, Lucas, thanks so much.
I'm Steve Ducey.
I'm Brian.
All right, boys.
And click here.
All right, we're gonna see.
Advising former Israeli PM Barak to approach Palantir founder Peter Thiel.
There's 2 cyber companies. Look out, and even though I know Peter, I've never met Peter Thiel, and everybody says he sort of jumps around and acts sort of strange, like he's on drugs.
Smoking, yeah. He looks under drugs.
However, he has a company called Palantir, P-A-L-L-E-N.
Palantir, P-A-L-A-N-T-I-E-R?
Yes.
T-H-I-E-L-L.
See, guys, it's not just me. This goes all the way to the top.
He's talking about the verbal dyslexia. So he thought that Peter would put you on the board of Palantir. Peter Thiel is one of the best. I've never met him. He's going to come here next week.
He's one of the best. I've never met him.
What they are? It's a lobbyist. What they are?
They are the biggest venture capital. Everybody, these are the smart boys. So those 2 companies right away.
Approved by Jeffrey Epstein.
I think.
How'd you get introduced?
It was Reid Hoffman in Silicon Valley introduced us in 2014. I probably.
Oh, this is Peter Thiel.
My moral weekness that I.
Well, how could you have known back then? He had never been arrested.
No, this was 2014. It was post arrest.
Oh, so his arrest was the first arrest, right?
Yeah,
which was like 2007.
He's already tripping over himself in an interview with Joe Rogan.
What happens?
Okay. But you assume he didn't go to jail for that long. It was probably not as serious as alleged.
Yeah. When the shit went down and Epstein gets arrested for the second time, we're like, oh, well, there you go.
I've thought about it.
I've thought about it. Yeah, I bet. Ehud Barak hides his face as he enters Jeffrey Epstein's mansion.
Former Prime Minister Ehud Barak covering his face as he entered the convicted pedophile's home. This was back in 2016, and on the same day, a group of young women were also seen arriving at Epstein's home.
Jesus, man.
Barak is already trying to distance himself from Epstein and...
What did I say? What did I say was going to happen? What did I say was going to happen?
This partnerships.
Another government.
What's the future of Israel?
I mean, something will happen in Iran. Maybe we'll succeed. Maybe we won't. But the demography seems terrible. Nobody sane seems to be procreating, and everybody insane in their own way seems to have 5 children. If you're regular Israeli, you have 1.5 children. I think the Arabs are going...
1.5 children? What the fuck does that mean? 1.5 children? The fuck does that mean?
You have 1.5 children.
1.5 children.
I think the Arabs have 5 children. If you're regular Israeli, you have 1.5 children. I think the Arabs are going slowly. They were 40 years ago, they were 16%, now they are 20%. We should be able to make...
So they're about like demographic
provide
changes.
equality. First to the Druze, they are about 1%. They are totally Israelis in
They'll behave like security people, right?
Man, no way. No way. This is from Jeffrey Epstein. This is not me saying it. It's Jeffrey Epstein saying it. This is the way the Jew make money and made a fortune in the past 10 years. Selling short the shipping futures. Let the Goyim deal in the real world. Goyim were born to only serve us. Without that, they have no place in the world. This is insane. Stop being
Jesus, bro.
Listen, I mean, anybody, if you're looking at this stuff, you've got to fucking admit, this is crazy, guys. What are we doing here?
Apparently Epstein was super mega racist. He was super fucking racist. Okay, so let's probably knock this one out because we had started it. Now we got to finish it. Let me use the bathroom right quick. Okay, we back. Let's get it. Check out Shoe on Head.
Game created by the UK government to help prevent online radicalization. Pathways is an educational visual novel and learning experience created by the UK media company Shout Out UK, with funding from UK government's Prevent program run by the Home Office. The game is meant to teach the youth about dangers of radicalization and extremism in both real life and online. This is done by putting the players in a role of a character named Charlie, who must navigate 6 different scenarios relating to extremism. In the second scenario, the player is introduced to the character Amelia, a staunch anti-immigration protester depicted as a goth girl with purple hair, a pink dress, and a choker. And the internet instantly fell in love with her.
Oh my god, dude, what the fuck? Oh man.
It's like they made her have short purple hair thinking that that would prevent this from happening. But the UK failed to consider the fact that conservatives love art hoes. They act like they don't, they'll deny it, they'll pretend they just want a blonde traditional housewife, but deep down every conservative wants a woman who looks like this, who says the N-word. Government-funded video games. Incredible. At least our government doesn't do weird shit like that.
Oh no. She must not know about the...
Oh, our government is very normal.
Oh god.
Believe it or not, Mar-a-Lago Furry Party was on my 2026 bingo card. I miss when this weird shit was just done underground. I miss when these parties were secret. Speaking of, the Epstein files were released. Wow. Incredible.
This was prior to the new batch, by the way. This was prior to the new
The
patch.
things they are showing us are eerie enough. I couldn't imagine the things that they're redacting. It is absolutely disgusting that these powerful people are still being protected. We as a country should be extremely concerned about an international child trafficking ring. This is not just something we all move from, and we kidnapped the president of Venezuela.
Breaking just now, Maduro at the president says...
Man, he fucked around and found out. You know what happens whenever you fuck around with people that are in political power? You find out. I mean...
has been captured.
Maduro has been captured and flown out of the country.
In total, more than 150...
Not pretending it's about saving democracy and just doing imperialism the old-fashioned way. We have such terrible Middle Eastern war fatigue that it was shocking to not hear about how Venezuela is just jealous of our freedoms or some shit. Like, no, it's just for ExxonMobil. Like, okay, carry on. The U.S. used a powerful mystery weapon that brought Venezuelan soldiers to their knees, bleeding through their nose and vomiting blood during the daring raid to capture dictator Nicolas Maduro.
That shit's fucking terrifying, bro. That is terrifying.
Yeah, if you're wondering why we don't have healthcare, this is why. We have invisible laser beams that can make people bleed out their f***ing eyes. Apparently, directed energy weapons are real. The Goy
Yes,
beam
they openly stated that we have lasers. We have fucking lasers.
is real. Deep state pedophiles are real. Havana syndrome is real. Hell, it's almost like being a conspiracy theorist is just another word for being correct.
Bro, the conspiracy theorists right now are probably on like cooldown. Everything that they've been talking about in the past like 10, 15 years has been proven almost damn near right. Holy shit, like so many of these guys that had lost and been called conspiracy theorists, called dangerous, all this other shit, a lot of them are fucking vindicated right now, bro. It's crazy.
Next, COVID was fake. There have been significant developments in the last 5 to 7 years on social and
A huge number of unimaginable restrictions for public health were adopted by billions of citizens across the world. There were numerous examples globally of maintaining social distance, wearing masks, mass vaccinations, and acceptance of contact tracing applications for public health, which demonstrate, Jesus Christ, the core of individual social responsibility.
Environment and technology fronts that could help realize my carbon. I just owe many people many apologies. Anyway, Venezuela has no president. Who is going to run Venezuela?
So we are going to run the country.
A few moments later.
Hola amigos, yo soy su nuevo.
We gotta stop with this, man. We gotta do something. There are tribes in Africa that can't drink right now because we're doing this. Our electric bills are skyrocketing for this. Come on, guys. We gotta stop. At some point, we have to stop.
El señor Donaldo J. Trumpo.
Can we maybe just fix our country first? Can we fix our broken infrastructure, our education system? Can we do a little nation building in this nation? Can a bitch get a little regime change in our own country, please? And you know,
right?
With modern American nation building comes refugees. So who is gonna take in these Venezuelan refugees? Are we? Only the hot ones, apparently. United States increasingly issuing work visas to OnlyFans models based on level of audience reach, according to the Financial Times. Imagine being an immigrant from like some poor country, working your ass off to get a work visa in the United States, when all you had to do was bend over and show hole. Big booty Latinas to the front, tortas to the back. Anyway, na boo-boo.
Well, here's the thing. If you are working on social media and you have an income and you're paying your taxes, that's great. You're not taking an American's job that, like, if a company is going out of their way to train a foreign person so you can move to the country and have a job in America, why the hell didn't they just do that for an American? Well, I'll tell you why. Because it's cheaper to do it for you. That's why. But if an OnlyFans model, an OF model, already has an income, already pays their taxes, well, of course it's easier for them to do it. They're not taking someone else's job. Duh. If it's a content creator or OF model or, you know, a prawn star, they have a job. They're not taking someone else's job.
President can kidnap you.
They already have their own income.
We're invincible. We can regime change anyone we want. Who's next? Canada, Greenland, Cuba? Cuba's literacy rates are higher than ours. Maybe they should come liberate our dumbasses. Kids are swiping on books. But f it, the Don Road Doctrine, baby. Let's go. America is back. Dick Cheney is looking up at us smiling.
You just wait for Cuba. Cuba is a communist dictatorship. Their days are numbered.
Trump, listen to me. Wait, Trump doesn't watch this shit. Vance, listen to me. Get people like Lindsey Graham far away from anyone in power right now. This little Venezuela stunt was cute, but we are not touching any other country. We are not touching the Middle East, especially. No more Middle East. We all have Middle East fatigue. We are done. This whole thing really put into perspective.
I kind of liked them getting Maduro, you notice that the drug boats stopped? They're no longer fishing in the Gulf going like 75 miles an hour. It's great. I love it.
Just how weird it was that we were
I think that it was going to happen regardless.
20 years. You mean we could have just been in and out in a few hours? I guess those poppy fields couldn't maintain themselves, though. Anyway.
Everyone is so happy. At least they were.
Yeah, sorry, excuse me. But did you forget to check in with Lilith, the barista from Bushwick, and see how she feels about this?
The United States.
Right? Yo, how come it is that you see videos coming out whenever this happened in Venezuela of people literally pouring out on the streets, cheering and thanking America, and yet you've got the barista over in like fucking New York saying, you know, fucking septum rings, bro, and highlighter fucking hair.
Imperialism, all for what? So a fucking multinational corporation.
No. It was all to hear the Fuck was that? It was all to hear the stupidity pour out of your mouth.
You know what's funny is I basically said the exact same thing this person said, but I said it less loudly. She has a nose ring and I don't, so I'm right and she's wrong. End of story. That's just what happens when you dismantle the soft power of things like USAID. We're no longer doing secret regime change operations behind the scenes. Now we're just straight up kidnapping other world leaders in the dead of night and just saying it's about oil, which honestly kind of makes me believe it's not about oil. They're never that blatant, right? I mean, what could it be? Like, Israel isn't behind this one, right?
The implications here are really great for the Venezuelan people.
Oh, God damn it. You know, people say I have Israel derangement syndrome, but I'm sorry, I can't help it when they get on TV and say shit like this.
No, it's difficult to hear, but it's time to limit the First Amendment in order to protect it, and quickly before it's too late.
What do you mean?
I mean that we need to control the platforms, all the social platforms. We need to stack rank the authenticity of every person that expresses themselves online and take control over what they are saying based on that ranking.
That is what you would call a dictatorship, my guy. That is what that is.
The government.
The government should
control social media.
Yeah, should do that.
Try explaining that to someone without showing them the video. Go ahead. Yeah, there's a Jewish billionaire named Shlomo who wants to control the internet. Like, okay.
I love how these people, these billionaires, think that whenever they get on, like, I see this a lot with gaming developers. They get on and they immediately try to bash anyone who's criticizing their game. You do realize that without the internet, your game would still be considered shit, right? You're just mad that you can't publish a shit game and coerce people to buy it because the internet is kind of like that back door to everything now. They don't need to buy your game and play it to see if it's good or bad. They can just watch a video of someone else playing it and come to their own conclusion. That's the reason why you don't like the internet. It hurts your sales. Just like you're removing all the illegals out of the country.
You're in too deep. No more Instagram reels for you. Anyway, you should have just let us play video games. Now we're perp walking the president of Venezuela down the streets of New York City. But
That's
hey,
right.
Let's just think of it this way.
That's right. You goddamn straight. This was because you could not leave it alone. You had to push your bullshit into the games. And look at where we're at.
Bombing and kidnapping instead of just doing the usual covert psyops. We saved maybe, what, $1 billion? $1 billion that could go to other, more important things, like defense contractors' stock buybacks and empty...
We saw that there was important...
Oh, that's right.
Now it exploded. And the fallout has been bizarre, to say the least. The funniest part had to be when the infamous luring center claimed to have been broken into the night this all went viral.
Unfortunately, we saw that there was important...
There's the guy. There he is. There he is.
Documentation, enrollment of the children, and also employee documentation that was gone.
Oh no. How could this happen? All the information that can get you guys locked up, it just miraculously got stolen. It's almost like that one guy that shot the hard drive in that pedo pizza place that would have revealed oh no, how could this have happened? Oh, they went through the wall and stole all the condemning documents. Oh.
There were also
Come on.
checkbooks that were ripped from check papers that were ripped from our book. This is devastating news.
Oh no, somebody broke into the daycare and stole all the paperwork we needed to prove we are a legit operation. Please ignore my suspicious exact paperwork we need to prove we are a legit operation shaped belly.
Out of everything they could have stolen, that's what they stole. Come on, guys.
Listen,
Come
no
on.
hate to the Somalians, but when my family came here 100 years ago, we did organized crime the right way. We would have had Tim Walls and cement shoes at the bottom of Lake Superior. This is just sad. This is cartoonishly pathetic. Listen, nobody is gonna want to support government programs.
No, if you had told me that was what they were gonna go with in the year 2025, I'd have told you you're crazy. You're stupid. There's no way. Just to actually see it and then like see it all happening live. Oh my God, it's a crazy time to be alive, bro.
It's all going to like this. If you want people to support a welfare state, you have to make sure that welfare is actually going to real things that help real people.
Yep.
Listen, it's already hard enough to convince a right-wing audience that there's more to leftism than Reddit and butt sex. Now I have to convince them the wealth redistribution I advocate for isn't all going to Somalian welfare pirates.
And that's what really sucks about this, is that if there are enough of these states that are doing this, they're gonna cut welfare. They're gonna cut it. That's the sad part. We as Americans, like if you think for a second that if removing ICE from Minneapolis would help the country, you're stupid as shit. You know what would happen if they abolished ICE? The next administration that would be, instead of it being immigration, it would be abolishing your funding. That's what it would be. It would be them getting rid of welfare. That would be the next step, because you abolish the one thing that they could do to get these people out, and now they're hemorrhaging money to all these countries because of all this fraud that's going around because they're abusing the welfare programs. What do you think they're going to fucking do? They're going to abolish welfare. That's what they're going to do.
Thanks. That money should be spent on more important things like New Gaza. That's right, the World Economic Forum and Jared Kushner are
I thought that was stupid as shit.
to present New Gaza. Yes, the demolition project is finally complete, folks. Time to build a sweet green and a f***ing Deloitte branch on top of the bodies of thousands of dead children. Hell is not hot enough, ladies and gentlemen.
No, it's not, clearly.
Hell is not hot enough. Anyway, because of all this fraud stuff, Tim Walz is stepping down, which is sad to see because he has to be one of my favorite characters in modern America lore. The first white male DEI hire, the last white dude for Kamala Harris, a dying breed. But hey, maybe this marks an official
Thank God.
end to the Kamala Harris era, and we can move on and focus on rebuilding the Democratic Party to something more. Harris stepping toward another White House run. No. We are not doing this. No. I swear to God, the Democratic Party is like an old friend addicted to heroin or something. You want to help them, you do everything you can to help them, but they don't listen. They keep doing.
That shit happened over 100 years ago. You're a fucking retard. Enjoy the void, bitch ass. Talking about fucking, oh, if we did what y'all did to the brown people over here, but motherfucker, we haven't done shit. We haven't done shit in over 120 years to black people. That was generations ago. Suck it up, motherfucker. That's no different than, oh, you can't build stuff on stolen land. Okay, well then I guess everyone can own everything, right? Shut the fuck up. You're retarded.
But you just can't give up on them. You can't. You want to see them get better. You know deep down they could be how they used to be. But it's hopeless. And all your other friends keep saying to you, just forget them. Just forget them. It's not worth it. Come hang out with us instead. But those friends are on crack. Those friends are on crack cocaine. But this Minneapolis fraud thing is looking pretty bad for Tim Walz and the Democrats. People aren't just gonna forget about this, and an ICE officer just shot a woman in the face in Minneapolis.
You can hear the agents tell the woman to get out of the car.
That's right. Guess what you should have done? You should have got the fuck out of the car because you had a bunch of armed people around you. You should have done, got up out of the car. Should have got out the car. But nope. You're gonna pop. Done. Done.
crashing.
As I was writing this video, an innocent woman was picking her kids up from school when an ICE officer jumped in front of her.
Right? That's the crazy part. An innocent woman was picking her kids up from school. All of it was a lie. It was all a fucking lie. That's the crazy part. She was following ICE around her. She was literally told to do that by the group that brought her forward. She was literally going to run over the ICE agents, and it's like, they showed pictures of like these little stuffed animals inside of the car, and they're like, this lady did not have a weapon, and it's like, no, you're right. The stuffed animals were inside of the weapon that she used to try to run over a federal agent. Like, what?
Randomly shot her in the face. Or an angry protester was blocking the road and tried to run over an ICE officer with her car, so he shot in self-defense. Depends on how you look at it. Depends on how you voted, apparently. The way I see it, this woman was not trying to hit him. She was not trying to run him over. I think she was trying to drive away. And in an alternate universe, he dodges the car and she drives away. And it's easy.
And in this universe, he ends up going to the hospital with internal abdomen bleeding, and a woman is dead. So if she wasn't trying to hit him, how is it that he ended up in the hospital with internal abdomen bleeding?
Be like, oh, in hindsight,
how'd that happen?
He should have done this, he should have done that. That's like so much of the discourse right now I'm seeing is just in hindsight this, in hindsight that, and it's easy for us to say in hindsight, you know, after the fact. It's easy to say he could have, he should have, but all he saw was a car revving up and going towards him.
And this coming from a guy who's worked at ICE for 14 years, had already been struck and dragged by a car 3 months prior. So he was he wasn't struck by the car. He was trying to pull out an illegal immigrant that was like a child molester, and he had been dragged like 300 feet. So like,
one of the most insane political Rorschach tests I've ever seen in my life. It really all comes down to how you.
It's a big ass Rorschach test. She's right.
ICE and police officers in general. Many, not all, leftists view ICE as completely illegitimate. Same with the police. They want to abolish both. So you're not going to get a real.
That's the problem. That's the real problem. They wanted to abolish the police. They wanted to defund the police, and for the most part, they got it, especially in Minnesota. So it's obviously no difference if they wanted to defund ICE or remove ICE because they don't like having all the police hopping around for obvious reasons. I'd imagine it's kind of hard to run a gigantic scheme or fraud if you've got a bunch of federal investigators running around all over the place. Yeah, I could imagine that if you're trying to break the law, it's kind of hard to do it now.
Conversation with those people. Because why the f should a protester respect ICE in the first place? And many, not all, conservatives tend to be complete and utter fucking bootlickers. Completely unable to criticize anything the police do. ICE can do no wrong. Don't tread on me becomes tread harder, daddy, real fast. This is extremely aggravating discourse, and you should be questioning anyone who takes a really firm, hard stance either way and like can't fathom.
I feel like if the ICE officers are doing something and they shouldn't be doing it, and someone fucking dies, they need to go to jail. Just like any other investigator. If an ICE officer should be treated just like a police officer. They should be required to wear body cams. If they're found at fault, they need to go to jail. But that doesn't mean that ICE just leaves the state. No, that means that the person that did the wrong goes to jail because there's bad actors in every suit, and you continue the investigation. You file in line, send another one to replace him. That's how you solve this.
How the other side is seeing what they are seeing. The first episode of my old Hell World series was actually all about police brutality. It was all about police brutality towards innocent protesters. I was a little more ACAB-y back then. I was a little more libbed the f*** out back then. But hey, to be fair to me back then, that is what happens when you live in the sheltered suburbs of Long Island in your parents'
Damn, even she's admitting it. Yeah, no, that's the whole reason why these people are out there protesting in Minnesota. It's because they're all sheltered. They live inside of gated communities. They don't have to worry about these illegals coming in and taking all the jobs and then driving up housing and driving up the fucking cost of living. Of course they don't. And driving all the fucking ERs around them up out of the roof to where you're having to wait outside just to be seen by a doctor. Like, of course, they
versus having a kid and living in the city for 4 years. The police are a taxpayer-funded HR department for structural violence. They exist solely to protect the rights of private property. Yeah, we need more police. Police are good. Police are great.
Yep.
Give the police more guns.
I love how you want to defund the police, but the minute your house gets broken into and someone robs your stupid ass blind, can you send the police? It's just like the Second Amendment. Well, we need to take away guns. Someone's breaking into your house and it's 1 a.m. I wonder if that mentality would change real quick.
Give them more guns. Tanks!
Tanks!
Even.
That's right.
My overall opinion is still basically the same. I'm very critical of the police. I am very pro First Amendment. Protesting is a fundamental American right, and we can't just go around labeling protesters domestic terrorists. That is an insane, slippery slope. And if you support that, I promise you it will come back to bite you in the ass. So good luck in 2028 when President Newsom...
I feel like that if you are protesting and you start throwing bricks at police officers, you start lighting Tesla cars on fire, you start burning cars into the pavement, you start burning shit, you start looting, and you want to claim that it's for a political reason, well, guess what? You're not protesting. Number one, you're rioting. And number two, you should be charged as a domestic terrorist because you are trying to hide behind the First Amendment and call it protesting. When you're not. You're physically hurting police. You're destroying public and private property. You're stealing. You're breaking the law. And some of these fuckers are armed. They're armed with guns. And they're resisting arrest when they finally get captured. No.
Locks you up. Not.
What should really happen is that if you want to not go to jail for 20 or 30 years, maybe say that you were just trying to get involved with the crowd so you could loot something, instead of saying, my political beliefs are this. You might get charged as a domestic terrorist. It might happen.
Knocks you up. Whoa,
just saying.
What's going on here? Good luck in 2028 when President Newsom locks you up for protesting against mandatory forced feminization or whatever the f it is Democrats do. What do they do? Nothing. They do nothing. I don't know. I left this joke blank. Something pronouns. Like, God forbid the state ever turns me into Swiss cheese and the president's like, she was a radical leftist lunatic. The people called her Commie Mommy. Can you believe that, folks? Commie Mommy. Sad. And some people were like straight up mocking
That's funny.
them and celebrating it. And then when people were like, what the f***? They were like, well, you got Charlie Kirk, so now we got one of your guys. Is that what we're doing now? We're just gonna keep killing each other back and forth? Is that what this is now? Like some kind of civil war? Who gets me in the national divorce? Hell yeah, 2 Christmases. Like, you agreed with me when I was upset about the reactions people had about Charlie Kirk, and then you're over here like, boo-hoo, she was a stupid libtard. Honestly, some of you just don't have morals. You have like temporary weapons you can use to bludgeon people you don't like when you have the chance. You and all the people who mock Charlie Kirk are all going in the pit, and you can come out when you learn how to be normal. In my opinion, a lot of focus on illegal immigration should go to the employers employing...
I absolutely agree. If you are in the U.S. and you are employing illegal immigrants, your sorry, useless fucking ass needs to be locked up for a long fucking time. You need at least 50 or 60 years in prison. Minimum. Straight up. Absolutely 100%. That's how you stop this at the root. You make it a federal crime to employ illegals, and you fucking lock these bitches up, and you don't see how quick things change. We are band-aiding it with ice. We need a permanent fix.
Legal immigrants for cheaper scab labor. I feel like that's really important, and like, we're not doing that. It's kind of interesting that the government is focused so hard on immigration right now, but like, apparently hasn't made any like real actual legislative change to the laws of immigration. Dragging Jose...
Yeah, because what's going to happen is that next election, if Democrats get voted in, they're just going to abolish ICE, and then they're going to flood the country with more illegals. Our debt's going to skyrocket again. It hasn't really changed. It's kind of like stabilized more than anything. And then what's going to happen is the next election, after either 8 or 4 years, someone else is going to be put into office and they're going to fucking abolish welfare. They're going to abolish welfare. They're going to take it away because no one stopped it. No one stopped this hemorrhage of federal funding towards this. They're going to take it away. Otherwise, the country's just going to go fucking bankrupt. It's going to go belly up. You can't hemorrhage money to all these illegals like that. You can't hemorrhage money to people like that. We don't have the resources. Resources are finite. You will run out. You're going to run out.
Home Depot might work for now, but they have to be working on something more substantial, right? Well, Palantir, the company named after the evil crystal ball in Lord of the Rings, right, is apparently working on a new tool for ICE. And what does it do? Oh, nothing really. Just
Oh, the facial recognition, right? Yeah.
of deportation targets, pulls up a dossier on them, and assigns them a confidence score. Because if there's one thing we can trust, it's a private Silicon Valley tech company's algorithm deciding who gets disappeared. Every single surveillance tool starts by simply protecting us. It's only gonna affect the baddies, but who?
It's kind of crazy to see all these YouTubers. I never expected this from her. It seems like she's either fence sitting on the topic, like with that girl, the Renee Good, or she's leaning in the way of like, oh, we're moral this and moral that. You realize that they are importing domestic, like, child rapists? Like, a lot of the immigrants that, a lot of the mugshots you've seen, like, these people haven't been convicted because what's happening is that the states aren't holding these people they're not holding them accountable. So what they're doing is these people are getting caught raping kids and killing people, and they're being charged with it, which I've lived in America for 31 years. I've never been charged with anything. So it's interesting to see how all these people that are in these states where law enforcement has been defunded, and they're just letting these guys go back out into public. And some of these guys that are Americans do have they get like charged with like 9 felonies, and they get let back out into public. And it's interesting how they're getting all these guys with all these charges on them that aren't in jail where they're supposed to be. Like they're like, if you see the criminal backgrounds on a lot of these guys, like that's bad shit. It's nasty shit, bro. And it's just crazy. But like a lot of the people that are trying to defend these people are like, oh, well, these guys are da 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 da, and it's like, well, what about the Epstein files? And it's like, yeah, but you realize that you want the Epstein files released so bad, and now that they're being released, it's like one less thing that you guys can bitch about, even if they're heavily, heavily redacted. And it's like, if you really cared about that, then if you really care about the pedos in the government, then why would you want pedos running around in your own cities? Like, you not see the conflict of interest here? Like, you see the hypocrisy, the like straight up stupidity? Like, why should you pick a side? Everyone should just go to jail. Deport the illegals and arrest the fucking people that are in power. Why are you guys so stuck on far left and far right? You have a literal class warfare going on. You have a class warfare that is ravaging the country. And you guys are so fucking lobotomized with your heads up your asses and too stupid to see it. Why do the rich people, all these people that are actors, all these people want illegal immigrants? Because you don't have to give them health insurance. You don't have to pay them average wages. You can pay them under the table and make them work hours on end. And if they don't like it, you just threaten to send them back to their country. Obviously. Oh, well, and it's like, what the fuck are we doing? You understand that we have child rapists and pedophiles running the very highest tier of our government, making decisions that alter our life every 4 years, sometimes every 8 years, that obviously don't even know what the fuck they're doing with their own life, yet they're making decisions for our lives. And you have all these illegals running around, hurting our children, taking our fucking hard-earned taxpayer money, sending it to terrorists overseas. Like, what? Why is there a side to pick here? The poor people are fucking losing. Are you fucking blind? You don't see what's really going on? And of course, the rich people want to keep these guys because they clean up the house for a fraction of the fucking price. Duh. Like, come on. What the fuck are we doing, guys?
Are the baddies.
Jesus.
Today it's illegal immigrants. Tomorrow it's furries. Next week it's people who are into feet. And before you know it, it's fans of vegans.
Big surprise. And let me give you a small scale representation of this. Big surprise, Tim Walz doesn't want all these illegals to be deported out of his state. You know why? Because they just deported so many of the motherfuckers that he lost an entire election seat. The Minnesota has lost an entire election seat. And all that fraud money, I wonder how someone who's supposed to have an estimated revenue as the governor of $200,000 a year is literally living in a multi-million-dollar mansion with a gated wall around his house. Guys, come the fuck on.
You know, on second thought, I don't buy into the propaganda that simply enforcing border security, something every developed country has, is akin to Nazi Germany. Sorry, I don't. Build a wall? Hitler. Deport illegal immigrants? Hitler. Just kick out the criminal ones at least? Hitler. Like, there's no other option besides open borders that is acceptable to some people, and I don't get that. What I do get, however, is that people don't want to live under a Palantir police state, where people can't even film ICE agents without getting put on some kind of f***ing list. I feel like there has to be some kind of normal, sane option besides total free-for-all, globo-homo versus Peter Thiel, nightmare tech bro dystopia. Like, how is it not possible to just, like, be normal, be normal, be normal, be normal? But hey, it's cool.
Right? Seriously, bro.
The DHS created a portal where you can see all the people they have been deporting. One guy was deported back to Yugoslavia. Yugoslavia doesn't exist anymore. We sent that motherfucker back in time.
We deporting people so hard we sending their ass back in time, bro.
Tragedy. It was terrible.
I love it, dude.
Nothing like this ever happens again. And another person was shot by ICE in Minneapolis.
According to a preliminary Department of Homeland Security report, 2 Border Patrol agents discharged their weapons, seen here in graphic cell phone video captured by eyewitnesses. 10 shots fired off in total in just seconds. Preddy pronounced dead on the scene.
To be absolutely clear, stuff is still coming out about this as I am filming. Literally, as I am filming, this happened. You know, there's no body cam footage yet, so I could be totally wrong. Totally possible, totally possible. However, first impressions of watching the video at multiple angles, multiple times. Yeah, I think they just fucking murdered that guy. It looks like they took his gun and then shot him. Like 10 officers come over to him, wrestle him to the ground, the agent disarms him, take his gun, they yell gun, 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 and then they shoot him several times in the back. More information can come out, but the compulsive bootlicking I have been seeing has been fucking insane.
Why does a nurse feel compelled to go confront ICE armed with a 9mm handgun?
And anyone who shot and killed him should go to jail. If it was an actual accident, they should treat it like they do with every other fucking police fatality. They investigate it. They figure out if there's any fucking malicious behavior or something that was bad. And, they put that person in jail. Problem solved.
Only
like,
one person could have prevented this from happening, and it's Alex.
Usually the police station gives the family a nice big lump sum, but I would like to point out that Alex Peretti, his parents said that he had not been to work in months, he was acting funny, and they said that he had probably got lumped in with the wrong crowd. Not to mention, he was out there throwing and assaulting federal agents, kicking the back taillight of a vehicle and being aggressive with them. You realize that having a firearm and attacking an officer, anytime you do anything with a firearm, automatically trumps the charges to like major felony charges. But here's the thing. Do I think he deserved to be shot for that? No. He shouldn't have been shot. Sure. But pulling the ICE agents out of Minneapolis, that's not going to happen. It's not. They get over it. It's not going to happen. The guy that shot and killed him should go to jail and life should move on. That's just how it is. Like, both sides can admit some fault at this, but at the same time, they should handle it like any other kind of police fatality. Do the investigation, figure out who's in the right, who's in the wrong, put people who did wrong in jail, and move the fuck on.
Yeah,
seriously, like, why can't we just be fucking normal? Seriously.
Look, if the government can take a firearm from you and then kill you because you had a firearm, then nobody actually has a right to own a firearm. If that is how it works, then there's actually no such thing as the Second Amendment. The Second Amendment does not—
The thing is that he was resisting arrest and he had a firearm. I don't know why the fuck supposedly they took the gun away and they still shot him. That to me blows my fucking mind. I didn't see any of the footage. I didn't bother because like the whole Renee Good thing, like 7 angles of this fucking nothing. I was just like, there's not even a point because people are going to spin this shit in whatever way they fucking can. But at the end of the day, immediately whenever I heard about it, I was like, well, why don't they just do an investigation, see if there's anything that actually like was bad that happened, and then put the isolate. Like, you know why? You know why? Because that'd be too easy. It would make the narrative they're trying to spin look too fucking retarded. That's why. They're trying to spin it in a way that was like, well, they held him and then they shot him in the face. And it's like, well, if he's resisting arrest, they have people all around them blowing whistles and you've got these cars driving around. You've got people throwing shit at you and it's a stressful, high intensity situation. Fucking mistakes are going to be made. It happens all the time in war. It happens. What the fuck do you expect? It happens all the time. It happens all the time with police officers. People have been shot and killed for having a comb and acting like it's a fucking gun. It happens all the fucking time. At least it used to happen a lot more. But that's why they're putting body cams on ICE agents. Body cams should have already been on ICE agents, in my opinion. Like, hold the people that do wrong accountable, arrest these people that are being violent with ICE agents, put their ass in jail, because he had supposedly been detained prior to him being shot and killed. They should have put him in jail. If he had been in jail where he was supposed to be after breaking a taillight off of a car, off a federal car, he'd probably be in jail so he wouldn't have been there to get shot and killed. Like, if you just put these fucking people in jail for interfering with a federal investigation and you hold the police departments accountable for letting these people sit in jail and actually go through the process, people live. Like, it sucks that this person died, sure, but at the same time, it's like a complete and total failure from the federal and the state government.
People genuinely just forget that police are just people. ICE officers are just people.
They
They're
are.
literally just people who work for the government like anyone else. They're DMV employees with guns. They can be stupid. They can be bad. They can make mistakes. Like, I don't know what it is about some people. Like, once someone has a badge, it's like, that person is just a perfect angel and cannot be criticized at all. You're telling me all I have to do to get you fucking people to listen to me is to dress like this? Alright, fair enough. Stop gooning. None of this would have happened if ICE agents were being trained better instead of being rushed through the system with little to no training. And if Minnesota just worked—
And it's funny that she says that because the ICE officers that shot Peretti supposedly had been on since like 2012, and the guy that shot Renee was on there for like 14 years. So like, you can't even blame the 2 deaths on lack of skill. It's our lack of training. They were part of ICE for years.
They were doing this in a safe and more effective way instead of just—
But you realize that ICE agents aren't riot police. Whenever they have to do the double job of getting the illegals and being riot police, something they're not trained in, mistakes are going to happen. That's why the federal government pushed so hard for them to for the local police to get involved. That's why Tim Walz marched his couch fucking ass down there and solved the problem. And guess what? The problem got fucking solved, didn't it?
On a fucking jihad against them. Also, if ICE's goal is to round up pedophiles and fraudsters, I hear there's a pretty big list of pedophiles and fraudsters that need to be rounded up. Unfortunately,
we're just picking sides, right? Let's just pick sides. Let's not solve the problem that's really going on in our country. Let's just pick sides and keep everybody at everyone's neck, right? Because that's totally going to solve the whole fucking problem. That'll solve it real quick.
Can get to see it. I'm trying to make this video somewhat funny and entertaining, but I'm not gonna lie, this is really bleak.
Let me tell you what bleak is. Bleak is another content creator that's trying to get clout by being on the right side of history. That's bleak. And I'm sick of seeing it, to be quite frank. We're going to move on from that. We probably won't react to her again because that was just stupid and brain dead. Like, that was an absolute brain dead take, like a lot of the takes that I've seen of like, oh, well, this and that, and it's like that and this, and it's like, if you even understand remotely what's really going on, it just makes all this shit fall apart. It does. And not to mention, you have to wonder, like, why else would people be saying this? They're saying it because it gets them internet attention, obviously. They're saying it because the people that are running the show are making sure the show is in their favor. Just like Fox, just like MSNBC, CNN, they're all making sure the show is in their favor. They're biased. And she had a lot of fence sitting, which is like, okay, I guess, but at least I can say that about Hassan and Asman. Asman is on one side of the fence and Hassan is on the other. They're not sitting there fence sitting with a lot of their takes. They're choosing a side. It doesn't have to be this fucking far left or far right. Asman is kind of like up the center for the most part. He's a normal fucking dude. I'm a normal fucking person. And if you just can't see what's going on, it just, oh my God, dude. We need to get rid of schools. Schools have done nothing. Schools have done nothing for this nation at this point. Okay, check out Midwest Safety. We're moving on from the politics. We're done with that shit for the day. Can't do it anymore. My brain hurts now. My voice hurts. Let's go ahead and watch Midwest Safety. Midwest Safety. Hell yeah, Midwest Safety. Let's get it.
On September 26, 2025, Farmington police in New Mexico were working a street racing enforcement detail when they spotted multiple vehicles traveling westbound at high speed. A red Toyota Supra and a white BMW separated from the pack and accelerated side by side, matching the profile of a street racing incident. Officers moved with emergency lights to initiate a stop, still unaware of the horrifying event they're about to witness.
Here they go. Oh! What the fuck? Whoa! Holy shit! What the hell was that?
14 to 9, 10:45. Smith's start fire and EMS. Vehicle 45 and caught fire.
How?
Unknown to officers at the time, a new camera angle would reveal the whole incident.
Oh! What the fuck is she doing?
King 398 Butler and 20th blocked off, all westbound on 20th. I need another unit at Dustin, and we need to completely block that off. Car's fully engulfed.
Damn, that bitch is on fire, bro. It is blazing. They hit something? What the hell?
Hey, you guys back up. Back up. Back up. Back up. Let me get him out. Wait. Come on. Is anybody else in the car? No, that was it. No? Okay, lay on the ground. Lay on the ground. All right, you guys.
Ooh, man, they got lucky. Holy shit, they got lucky.
Get back.
They're gonna have to get away from that car, man.
Hey, get back. I don't care if I Ma'am, get back now. Get back. Hey, somebody take her. Take her. No. Let's back him up away from the plane. Come on. Let's go. Okay. You guys all back up. You guys all back up. Everybody back.
Yeah, there's a bunch of kids, dude. There's a bunch of kids. I wonder if they all came from the same race.
Driver's out of the vehicle. He's got burns to him. They're reporting nobody else in the vehicle.
Give me my dog.
Hey man, are you injured anywhere else? Where are you hurting? Right here. Okay. Are you hurting anywhere else?
My nose.
Your nose? Okay.
It was already broke before.
Okay. Well, just don't move. We got medics coming, okay?
Can I get something for my head?
We got medics coming, man.
Cops don't have anything. You have to wait for the medics.
Can I get something, please? And please get me away from the car.
You see, like, that's what I'm talking about. I feel like if they raised the funding for the police and they made them all be like EMTs or paramedics, you could give them more money. They can make more money an hour. Everyone likes money, right? Money would solve that problem. Then they could treat people on the scene like this, so that way they wouldn't be stuck waiting, you know?
Still got active flames. It's illegal.
Am I far enough away from the car?
Yeah, buddy, you're all right. You guys stay somewhere. Ma'am. Hey.
I'm just making sure.
No, you need to go. Come on. You won't go over here then, ma'am. We're not going to play this game. Go over there. That's carpooling both.
Oh, that's cute. Well, now you're banned because that's a threat.
Hey, go over there.
It's him. I don't care about that. I don't give a about my
Go over
car.
there. Because if more people blow up, what does that do?
I'm fine.
Go over there. I'm here.
I'm behind him. Please.
Back up. You want to pull him more, maybe? No, I don't want to move him too much because that vehicle rolled.
There you go.
What's your name, man?
Don't threaten to kill people in the chat. I'll fucking permaban you and I won't even think twice about it.
Cole?
Could you grab my phone in my pocket and call my grandma, please?
We'll do that in a minute, okay?
Please, guy,
You know what?
please.
Let's get him a
Please.
Just kiss. Hey,
Fuck
you're not
no.
hurt anywhere else, right?
I am.
ISIS.
Where are you hurt?
I don't even give a fuck, dude. Like, why would you advocate for the death of somebody? Why would you say that you have a gun and it only works for like red hats? Are you fucking schizo? Keep that shit out of the chat, man. Get the fuck out of here. Threaten ICE officers, you threaten fucking... Don't threaten anybody, how about that? Why can't you just be a normal fucking person? Why can't you just be a normal fucking person?
Guys, my head is drop.
Hey, give me your keys, dude.
Yeah, I know they're psychos, but still. Trust me, I know.
Did you guys see anything?
We got hit.
Okay, just hang out right here, and then we'll get you guys a statement.
Everyone's out the car?
Yeah, they should be. Okay, where else are you hurting, man?
Dude, my head.
I got that. Is your back hurting at all?
Grandma.
We'll call her in a minute, okay?
Dude, no, please.
We'll call her in a minute,
Please,
okay?
just call her.
Hey, I'm trying to figure out where all you're hurt, okay?
My hand and my face.
Your hand in your face?
Call my grandma, please.
Okay.
Dude, please.
Which pocket's your phone in?
My right,
Your
right here.
Sir, do me a favor, back up over there.
Yeah.
4504, I need another unit to be on the...
Damn, that fire department ain't there yet?
Me and Reese, yes.
Nobody was?
Me and the driver.
There was one other person?
Yes, the driver.
Who's the driver?
Reese.
Where's he at?
I don't know. I need help.
What does he look like? Hey, is
I
there
thought
Reese
they
here?
pulled 2 people out of this car.
No Reese here? You were in the car?
Oh, Jesus fucking Christ.
Okay, come have a seat over here.
Oh, there, is that him?
Cool, try not to move too much, man. I don't know if you're hurt or not.
Where's your car at?
Hey, they showed up.
This guy right here in the Empower shirt, he was the driver. He was the driver.
You're the driver? You're the driver?
This guy was in the car when it was upside down and on fire. So the vehicle rolled.
Hey, so who all's involved?
So this guy was in the passenger seat. This guy sitting in here was the driver.
Okay.
They were.
These guys got hit by that vehicle.
Okay.
Yeah, let me point something out that I don't think y'all noticed. So, not a lot of people know this, but if there's 2 people at like an incident, only one ambulance can tend to one person at a time. And the reason for that is it opens you up for a lot of liable problems if you have like one ambulance tending to more than one person. But you noticed how the fire department came over and tended to the other person? Not a lot of people will notice that kind of stuff, but because I was part of the fire department, that's one of the things that we would do quite often, is if you had an incident with one side, the other person would, like the fire department would try to hold over, and they would, the fire department typically has their own medical supplies. It's not as like stocked as an ambulance, but the fire department can just ask the ambulance for like certain supplies if they need it. They all work in tandem with each other. It's kind of impressive how everything just kind of works out. So they most likely have another ambulance coming out to take the guy that the fire department is currently working on.
Hey, so who all's involved?
So this guy was in the passenger seat. This guy sitting in here was the driver.
Okay.
They were. These guys got hit by that vehicle. Okay.
Who got hit by the car?
These guys that are standing right here.
Okay. Hey, you guys need to go back to your cars unless you saw what happened.
I did. I was right behind them.
Okay, well, I wasn't aware of that, okay? Where's your car?
It's over here. It has my dog in it.
You see what I see, boys? You see what I see? I hope you see what I see. I see a woman screaming like a banshee with piercings all over her face. What do you think the likelihood is that she's got a septum ring? What do you think the likelihood is?
Go wait there. Take a deep breath.
Holy shit. Is this what it's like to be racist? Like, is this how racist people feel whenever they get vindicated this much? I find myself wondering this sometimes now. Like, how could you be just so right all the goddamn time?
Okay, go wait inside the car.
Oh, God.
We'll talk to you in a minute.
So these guys, this kid right here said he got hit. Okay.
We'll start getting information from him. You're in that car. Just wait there for now.
Right behind them. I saw the full thing.
Okay. Just go wait inside that car for now, okay? They're okay. Nobody's gonna die. They're getting medical attention. They're gonna walk away with bandages and bruises, okay?
So the only reason why that guy that you got pulled out, that is in there right now, is because of me, because I pulled him out.
Thank you, okay?
Because I'm CPR first aid certified, so like when I see something like that, I have to respond. Otherwise...
Oh, bitch, shut the fuck up. Oh, my God. You want to know something? As an ambulance, as a EMT, when you're on the job, you're required to help whenever you get to somebody, and you're required to help that person. And the reason for that is because if you try to help more than one person, well, that's just not feasible. It's just not. And you can run into a lot of problems with that. That's why they tell you when you find somebody, work on that person, stay with that person, don't leave that person, period. If there's multiple victims, then you either need to start calling triage, or you need to start on one of them, or find the worst one and start working on them. And if that person dies, you could be brought up on charges of negligence, depending on how the thing goes, like that kind of, like, that's really the reason is you don't want to get charged with negligence when you try to work on more than one person. Because you can't give your full scope to one person if you have two people, right? You have two people that are fucked up, so you can't do that. And I can't tell you how many times I've heard an ambulance person say, yeah, there was this horrible crash that I just drove by because fuck that. And whenever I first joined on, I was like, that's kind of fucked up. You didn't do anything. And they would always look at me and they would give me this like really stare. And then I would immediately get, you'll understand. And I understand. I understand now. I hear CPR certified. I feel obligated to stop. And I'm like, ugh. Or I have to stop like she's held to by some standard of law. If you're not being paid, you are not held to a standard to stop. If you stop and you are certified in something, that's great. You can't accept any form of money because it's illegal. You can't leave that person because, well, actually, no, I think you can. I think you can leave them, but that would just make you a piece of shit. And why the fuck would you, if you started working, like, why would you just leave? That's just stupid. And, okay, back to what I was saying is, you're not obligated to stop. Nowhere in the CPR certification or in an because you have to get CPR certified in order to be an EMT, and I was an EMT. And nowhere in the EMT certification does it say that you are obligated to stop when you're not being paid to do it. Like, yes, there's a moral right and wrong, but at the same time, if you're burnt out from working and you know that somebody who's fresh on the job is going to be able to handle that way better, then why the fuck would you stop? I mean, you could probably hold on, stay there and let them, do your thing until the actual paramedics arrive. Sure. But like, this, just to set an obligation is so fucking stupid. It's so fucking stupid.
It could be a downfall. So that's my first.
And the reason why I bring up the whole money thing is because, like, that's what ties it into the actual certification. If you are being paid as like a paramedic to like help somebody, and you're trying to help two people and both of them die or one of them dies, you could be held up on charges of gross negligence. You can get into a lot of fucking trouble. And then everyone you helped prior to that, they're going to go back and they're going to look at every person you helped prior to that, and they're going to see if they can pick everything that you've done up until that point apart. It's not worth it. But if you're not being paid and you're just a random citizen who is certified and have your certification, and you stop and help somebody and they die, you can't be held up on charges of gross negligence. You can't. It's not possible. If you accept money, then you can get, like, if that person that you saved gives you money, but then they're like, I wanted to die, but you didn't let me, you could be held up, you could be brought into court on charges of gross negligence. Doesn't mean you're going to be, you're actually going to get like prosecuted on that, but they're going to pick you apart, and it's going to take months, and it's a pain in the ass. It is. It's a pain in the ass.
I do apologize for intervening in any type of way, shape, or form, but I just wanted to make sure that everybody
4504 to Ruiz.
That's my car right there.
Go wait in there, okay? I will go. We will send somebody to talk to you. I appreciate what you did, but I need to situate this first, okay? Thank you.
Where's your car at, Mama?
It's the one.
You guys were all in the car?
Yes.
Okay. Was there anybody else? Okay. Do you guys?
I have no idea why she said that.
Okay.
Mine's in my truck.
How old are you?
I'm 16. Are you guys coming?
I learned so much from becoming an EMT. Sometimes just doing CPR isn't enough. When you get into whenever you come across an accident where people are fucked up underneath the car and stuff like that, if they've got like holes in them, or they're breathing a type of way, or they're doing something funny, sometimes CPR isn't what they need. Being able to plug up the holes is sometimes what you really need to know how to do, or how to do compressions a certain way, or like do certain things to certain limbs that will keep them from hemorrhaging blood, or stuff like that is what really is going to save somebody's life. That's where time matters. Like CPR, it only carries you so far. And that's what I really learned. I learned that CPR only gets you so far when it comes to this.
All my friends are okay.
4504 to Ruiz. Let me know.
I think that we would live in a much better place if everybody knew CPR. I do. And I also feel like we'd live in a completely different country if everybody was an EMT. 100%.
There's two cars involved, and then dispatch, I need somebody to go down to the hospital. It looks like these two guys are going to get transported, and we're going to need to detain them until we figure out what we've got. Ma'am, are we just looking at burns and stuff, or are we
but we're concerned about their airway being burned.
Oh, okay.
Hey, Sarge. So, this car and another car were street racing.
Okay, which one?
I'm not entirely sure which other car was street racing. We were back there. I pulled out of the parking lot, was trying to catch up to him. Right as we were getting close to this intersection, he blacked out and was obviously starting to accelerate away. So as I was about to shut it down, I saw the crash happen. And
so drivers actually racing.
4105. I wonder what happened that made him like end up doing that to the car.
I can start reviewing my camera, see if...
At this point, officers had not yet confirmed which vehicles were involved in the race, so they began reviewing their body cam along with traffic and nearby business surveillance footage to establish what had occurred.
They can do all that from their vehicle? That's kind of impressive. That's kind of cool. I didn't know that.
Canvass the area and begin collecting statements from witnesses.
There was nothing that he did illegally. In my perspective, he went speeding. I was going at the same speed that he was. I clearly wouldn't speed. I have a dog in my car.
Okay.
Ain't no way this girl wasn't down there in that street race. Look at her car. Hey, there's no way, dude.
Like life happens.
Hey, look at her car.
4504. That officer at the hospital, just detain both of them. They're both not free to leave. Let's get them both ID'd and ran.
Ooh, damn, there it is. I bet she's next too, huh?
Thank you. What's a good phone number for you? What's going on? Okay, can you guys please get on the other side of that tape? Everybody that was in that car got transported to the hospital. We can't have you guys walking around this scene, okay? That's fine.
Or when I was able to break. So the guy, from what I've heard, the guy stopped over here at the gas station and then dipped off. They saw the cops and then they dipped off. From what other people have told me, I didn't witness it myself. So from my point of view, it seems...
What the fuck does she have on her hand?
So you guys see the lights? You guys are west going this way on 20th Street.
Mm-hmm. It was yellow and then it turned green.
Okay, right here at this intersection?
Yep. We started slowing down because we saw that it was red. And then once it turned green, we sped up to the speed limit.
Holy shit, look at how fast they were going. Holy fuck.
And then
She's lying too, she's lying.
We sped up to the speed limit.
Jesus.
He was passing them because we do go and hang out.
He lost control of the car.
Turned green, we sped up
You could see it. He didn't even hit anybody, he just lost control of the car. Yep, there it goes.
Over here at the car
Shouldn't have done it.
And when he was getting over the other car, so I'm guessing this isn't like what I actually know, but I'm guessing he saw you guys' lights.
Who was the driver of the car?
I'm not sure of his name, but it should be the owner of the car.
Okay. So you were in the slow lane or the fast lane on 20th?
Slow lane.
Okay. How fast do you think the Beamer was going?
I'm gonna guess like maybe 32, 33.
Bro, there's no way.
Speeding too crazy.
No, there's no way, dude. There's no way. There's no fucking way.
What if I told you that I have video of you guys? You seem like you're going slow.
Oh!
I know he's your friend, but this Beamer passes you like you're standing still.
He was in front of me the whole time.
And then he goes through the intersection.
I do understand that he was in front of me the whole time. I was following him. I can't calculate exactly what speed he was going at because of the simple fact.
But I don't think it was 30. And then for him to roll the way that he did and that car getting engulfed, he's got to be going faster than 30. Does that make sense?
I can't tell because of the simple fact that I wasn't in the car. I didn't see the car. I'm only going based off of what my speed was.
Did you see the other car at all? Like you said that it left the gas station afterwards. Do you know those people at all?
I don't.
No? Okay.
I don't at all.
Well, I'm sure you're going to probably hang out for a minute. If I have any other questions, I'll come to you. I'm just going to run it back one more time.
As Officer Stanley spoke with the driver of the Toyota Supra, the sequence of events slowly began to take shape. While statements were being gathered from additional witnesses, another officer responded to the hospital to make contact with the occupants of the burning vehicle. However, soon officers would discover a surprising camera angle.
Is that not her car?
The entire incident.
Damn it! I hate it when they do. I hate it when Midwest Safety does this. They always show like the camera, and then they'll cut it off right before you see what really was going on.
Officer Hall, okay? You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can will be used against you in court. Do you understand?
Yeah, they cooked, man. They're going to jail now. Street racing. Then it was fleeing.
You got hit from the side?
Yeah.
Okay.
Nah, bro. Nah, bro. You lost control because you kept gassing it. That's what happened. You spun out.
We were getting ready to turn into the car wash. And I was
Oh, please.
And I
We'll leave that here because he's going to go to CT scan.
I'm not sure if the car, I saw him pulling out, and I thought they were pulling out into the right lane, so I was in the left lane.
Okay.
I'm not sure if they just didn't see me when I was pulling
Bro,
out.
I hated that part of the having to ride around with the ambulance, dude. I hated the hospital. I hated having to be in the hospital. I hated it. Fucking hated
you were going and then you were waiting for it to move and then you went?
Well, no, I stayed in that left lane until I was passing them, and as I was passing them, I got hit on that right side.
On like the right?
They were pulling out of Smith's, and I was in that left lane. And as they turned out, I don't know if they just turned into my lane or took the turn too wide and hit me from the side. All I know is
I love how everyone's trying to say that that little white car that was going the speed limit was able to make this guy lose control of his car.
You're not.
Like, come on.
So we have another officer who's on his way down here right now to interview you. Until then,
They're all lying, dude. These guys don't even realize that they have the camera footage. Straight up. Even if you were turning into the gas station, how the fuck do you manage to flip your car and make it catch on fire going 30 miles an hour? Unless, like, you ping the pedal, like, super fucking hard. Like,
yes.
I don't even really know what happened.
You don't know what happened?
I'm not real sure, to be honest with you.
Passenger, right?
Yeah.
You don't know?
No, I know, but we weren't missing anybody.
Are you sure?
We're just driving.
Someone hit you?
Police looked back and see that there was conflict behind us and they were chasing. And we don't know, I don't even know if they were after us or not, but she just got scared, I think, and took off. And then he took off. Someone hit us. And I don't know from there.
Okay. The other officer's going to come in here and talk to you as well, okay?
Meanwhile, officers have finally identified the second driver involved in the street race.
was it her? Was it her? I bet it's her.
Can we talk to you?
Yeah, of course.
Oh, it's totally her, bro. It's totally her. She's cooked. Oh!
Racing.
Is there poop?
Oh, yeah.
Is there poop? Because I have poop on my phone that I wasn't.
Yeah, the officer.
Which officer?
That tried to stop you guys.
I was not.
That's fine. You can go to court on it. We have.
That's right.
Can I please call my mother?
No, ma'am.
She's a legal guardian of me.
How old are you?
22 years old, but I
Oh.
Okay, let your phone go. Okay.
Hey.
Let your phone go.
Please, so I'm gonna call my mom.
No, you're gonna not do that.
No, you're an adult now, lady. You don't get to call mommy. Mommy's not going to come bail you out. You have to face this on your own.
Hey, we're gonna
Consequences of your actions.
46 one time for a red car. Where are your car keys? Huh?
My legal guardian. Bitch, you don't got... Once you turn 18, you have no legal guardians. What are you talking about, bro?
Just walk her over to your car and we'll get a transport unit for 504. All right, we identified the other vehicle that was racing. We have that female driver, 1015.
Was I speeding? Was I in the direction that I was?
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Now we're going to take the copium, right? We're going to say everything that we can to make ourselves feel better. So that way, no matter what, we're always right. Isn't that right, boys? Here we go.
I have all the proof that I can that I was not speeding. I was behind the vehicle that hit him. How is this possible? This is crazy.
My name is Frank. I am the mother to Kaylin.
Okay.
And could you tell me what is going on with my daughter?
Yes, she was racing with another vehicle. The other vehicle decided to flee from law enforcement and crash.
Okay.
And because she was involved in racing activities, she's being placed under arrest.
Okay, and there's witnesses to her racing?
The best part is that they don't need witnesses. They got it on camera.
Why she's getting planned?
Yes.
I'm just confused because I thought that a different car that was involved, that a white car with a black roof.
Yes.
Okay, but my daughter's car is red.
Right, and the red car was racing the white car. That's the whole reason why the police officer tried to catch up to the cars and stop it.
Down 20th Street?
Yes, ma'am.
Yep.
Down 20th Street.
Okay, we'll deal with that later.
We can see the copium drowning in from even the DNA side of things, huh? Oh, my daughter can do no wrong. I can't stand some people. Holy shit. I can't stand some people. Instead of being like, okay, it's immediately 50 questions. Oh, but this. Oh, but that. This. It is like, yeah, okay, come on, come on.
Right now, what is being done with her car?
It's getting towed.
Can I come get it?
No.
Okay, can you ask them?
You can't come get it because it's involved in a police investigation now. She will be lucky if she's able to claim that car once the investigation's done. Some states will keep that car, and then they'll auction it off because it was involved in illegal street racing.
And she's being placed under arrest. She's being arrested out of the vehicle. Vehicle is used in the commission of a crime.
I would like to be explained on why I'm getting arrested for something I didn't do.
I'm gonna explain that to
Which
you.
sucks because that looks like an expensive fucking car.
Okay, your name's
Caitlin, I was behind the vehicle that hit this vehicle.
So
I love seeing privileged in handcuffs, man. I love seeing privileged people in handcuffs. It's a glorious day in America when I see it. It really is. Wonderful day in America.
detained right now, not free to leave. I'm going to read this to you and then we'll talk, okay?
I know the whole legal.
Well, I'm still going to read it to you, okay? So you have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you in court. Do you understand those rights?
Yeah, mommy's still making payments, that's right. Yo, could you imagine the fucking insurance on that goddamn car? Bro, the insurance on that fucking car's gotta be outrageous. Like, holy shit.
I stopped before. I wasn't even
Like, a lot of people don't give credit. Like, even if that car's paid off, the insurance on that motherfucker's gotta be like $700 a month. Bro, there's no fucking way. Now, if it's liability, like, obviously probably not that much. But if they got full coverage, in which they probably want full coverage on a car that's that expensive, that thing's gonna be fucking expensive.
I was behind the car that hit this car.
So, I'm gonna explain to you what I saw. Okay. So I was sitting down near the intersection of Knutson
and your lights, and I saw your lights come on behind the car that was behind me. And when I came to the stop, I saw your cars before then. I didn't know if after me.
Do you want me to explain to you why you're being arrested?
You know what's really crazy? Is that if her mom is actually still making payments on that car, and they take that car and they don't release it due to an investigation, and they end up auctioning that car off, you realize, here's the thing, they're still liable to pay for the payments of that car. Even if they're not using it or they don't own it, they're still liable.
Okay.
So, I didn't think I did anything
So,
wrong.
if you want me to explain that to you, please allow me to explain it to you.
And with that liability, they're still required, even if they don't own the car, to have insurance as long as the payment is being paid.
About it, okay? So, as I was
It's usually in the contract when you get a brand new car. I know because I've had 2 new cars in my life, and they make it to where you can't even drive off the lot until the insurance is put, like, you have like a certain amount of time to have the insurance on the car.
Group of cars coming. I saw your car, the red Toyota Supra, in front.
As you should, because it's red.
Along with this car that wrecked, okay? As you guys were passing Knutson headed westbound, I heard you guys and saw you guys start accelerating. And you were accelerating faster than he was initially, okay? I saw you accelerating away from the group, passing another car, and then he started accelerating in what looked like an attempt to catch up to you, to race you.
He was in front of me the whole time.
Okay, so either way...
I didn't see the red car. I'm not gonna lie, like in the footage that we saw, I didn't see the red car before or after. I don't know. I don't know where she's at. I have no idea.
Video footage, because I wasn't racing. I don't race.
So what were you doing?
I was speeding up.
For what reason?
To go over here to the car wash so I can chill and I can have a good night. I had my car, my dog. I had my dog in my car. I wouldn't race with her in my car. I wouldn't put.
Oh, god damn. No one. I hate this argument. I fucking despise this argument that people give. Well, I'm not that kind of person. Do you really think that I would do this? I don't fucking know who the fuck you are. All I know is what the footage is showing me, and what the footage is showing me is that you fucked up. That's what happened. You fucked up, and now you're trying to cop out of it. Keep popping your copium pills. Maybe it'll work for you one day, but it ain't working today.
For my own, for my enjoyment. I would never do that. That's my baby. I knew that I would not put her life and my life at risk, or anybody else's life at risk. I don't race. I don't do any of that.
No one cares.
I don't want to put people's lives at risk. I see how many people die every day. My brother died in the car.
Oh, god damn, bro.
A couple months ago, I would never do that. I'm the oldest. I have to set an example for my younger siblings.
You know, that just makes you out to be more of a piece of shit. If your brother died in a car crash and you're out there putting everyone else's life in danger by racing on the streets. If that's really what was going on here, and she actually gets charged with it, it shows how much of a piece of shit human being she is. And keep in mind, she had her dog in the car too while she was at it. So I guess she is that kind of person.
I saw the crash. I'm CPR. I'm first aid certified, so I had to stop. Legally, I had to stop.
The fuck is first aid certified? What is that? The hell is first aid I've never even heard of that.
What?
Miss, I saw you racing.
I would
First
like to
aid
see
certified.
Call it what you will.
Because I don't race.
Call it what you will. But I saw you racing. Okay? And I don't believe you that you say that you don't race because you got a court date either recently
Yes,
or pending
because
for
if
street
somebody,
racing.
something, I do accelerate.
Oh.
Fast. I do have
It's like, okay.
I do
Yeah.
accelerate that fast. But
It's-
a lot of people think that as racing. But a lot of the time, I have a car next to me that's louder than mine. Mine has full exhaust on it. It stopped. I was going over 35.
I didn't know what it was called because its real name is CPR and AED. That's why. I was like, what the fuck is first aid certified? I've never heard of that.
Not speeding over this.
You have to be CPR and AED trained. You have to have that certification in order to take the EMT classes at college. And like, I did it so fucking long ago. I don't even remember, bro.
5 miles or 10 miles per hour. Okay, I was not. But you said I was racing. If I was racing, I would go over 10 miles per hour, correct? I'm not arguing
I'm not
with
going
you.
to argue with you,
I'm not
okay?
trying to argue
So-
with you. The simple fact is like I pulled over to help him. I was a good person, being CPR
But
and
your
everything.
behavior and his behavior are the reason why this happened.
That's right.
My behavior-
It's everybody else's fault but mine.
He passed the car. This car that was right here, he passed.
Oh my god, that's funny as fuck. Remember, this is a Hassan Piker follower. Who else could it have been, right? Obviously, there has to be a dog involved.
There's an officer that I talked to, Sergeant Martinez. Can you explain to me, was I going faster than the speed limit? Yes. I don't want.
See, the reason why she's panicking right now, it's not because she's about to go to jail. It's because she's missing Hassan's stream.
I would like somebody to drive my car. I am a registered owner on the car, so I would love to somebody else.
Oh, dude.
car has been involved in the commission of a crime. That's racing. Your behavior is part
I'm
of
not
the
going to
reason why
listen to
this
you while I'm
happened.
upset.
Okay.
Please,
Not a
just give me
problem.
a second. My mom can come and take it, but I don't. I want her to take it. I give her permission.
It doesn't matter what you want. If it's involved in a police investigation, they're not taking that car. That car is being impounded. It's gonzo. And if it's a state where they can keep that as an asset because you got convicted, that car's going bye-bye forever. They're going to auction that bitch off. They're gonna make sure that the department has enough funding. You're going to get a lot of money for that car, too.
I am a registered owner. You have
A nice car.
Have you been stopped before for racing?
I have. Not necessarily racing.
Ooh.
It was approved. It seemed to be racing, but I was just trying to go.
Oh, it seemed to be racing. That's interesting. Seemed to be racing.
Talk about and getting some food. And there was a car next to me that was exceeding the speed limit, and I did go fast.
Ma'am, I don't
did
think we're
make it-
getting anywhere with this. So you're under arrest for racing.
Like I
That's
said,
right.
I can
Ma'am,
pull
I'm not
up.
going to go into
That's right. The circle has to end somewhere.
more, okay?
I can pull up proof that I was not going.
Well, they
fast.
can pull up proof that you were. So, I mean, again, we're at an impasse here. Tell it to the judge.
Because I have things on my car. I have Live 360. I have Drive Safe and Save that shows the speeding, acceleration, braking, everything. If there was an officer that stopped,
You can just turn that shit off. You just turn that shit off. You talking about for like the insurance stuff? You just turn that shit off. Duh. Why the fuck would you keep something on for insurance? Like, that's like that progressive insurance thing that like shows how good of a driver you are. So you got to keep it on your car for like a month, and it like saves you a bunch of money. I think I know exactly what the fuck she's talking about. You just turn that shit off. You just turn the fuck off. Like,
I would have
hello?
pulled over and I would have done immediately. But I didn't. I saw the crash and I pulled over. That's the most thing that I've done.
We're not going to argue about this anymore, okay?
Can I please call my mother? Can I please call my mother? I have the right to call my mother right now. I have the right to call.
Thanks for the follow.
Can I please call my mom right now? If you guys have the courtesy.
Mama's not gonna save you. They already called your mom. Your mommy's not gonna help you out of this. You're a 22-year-old adult who has had everything handed to her your entire life. You have lived in a gated community, and you probably advocated for illegal immigrants to fuck everyone else's life up. Vindication is a beautiful thing, and you know what? You're about to see what it looks like.
I want to call my and I want to talk to my mom. I did for something I didn't do.
I didn't do it. No puppy dog tears are gonna save your ass from the law. Damn. There she is. There it is, boys. Damn, don't you just hate to see it? She should be thankful those boys lived. Honestly.
So straight to the front. Just gonna make sure you don't have anything that's gonna poke her, stick her, stab her.
They didn't say what state this was in. Did they? God, at least she's not resisting arrest. Ugh.
The suspect, 22-year-old Kaylin, has an
Oh,
extensive
she looks like a normal. She actually kind of good looking without all that shit in her face. Huh.
history of traffic violations according to court records. These include more than 7 speeding
Big surprise. Whatever happened to the three strikes you're out rule? We need to bring that shit back. Whatever happened to that?
citations over the past 4 years, along with prior street racing citations.
Jesus.
In August 2025 and in 2023, indicating repeated involvement in high-speed driving incidents. Records also show that in April 2022, Kaylin was charged with a misdemeanor for speeding and later found guilty in San
Bro,
Juan
she's an adrenaline junkie. She's a speeder.
County Magistrate
She's
Court.
the kind of person that's gonna get people killed in your neighborhood right here. This is the reason why this is the reason why police officers are having to crack down on street races right here. Which is a good thing. It's always a good thing to see street racers get cracked down on. But she's the reason why people get killed in car crashes.
Where she was sentenced to 90 days of unsupervised probation. During the
That's it?
investigation, officers also recovered 13 9mm rounds and a Kel-Tec pistol at the scene. Ownership of both items was not immediately determined. Kaylin was arrested and booked into the San Juan County Detention Center, where she was charged with racing on highways, a felony offense under New Mexico law.
Ooh, New Mexico.
MW, identified as Reese, was charged with 4th-degree aggravated fleeing a law enforcement officer, 3rd-degree great bodily injury by vehicle while driving under the influence.
He was under the influence too.
Without required lighted lamps and racing on highways. Both
See, this is what happens when you build laws to cater to these fucking assholes. People end up dying. He almost died because of his own stupidity. Just imagine if he had gotten caught up with a family or somebody else. You know, that white car that was just trying to go on the road and they both cut that car off like that. Could have been a family in that fucking car that these fucking nitwits are trying to do this stupid shit and they could end up of killing people. It's so fucking dumb. Never cater to these fucking people, man. Throw the book at these motherfuckers, take their assets, put their shit on auction, and fucking keep these people in jail. They will not learn. They're gonna do it again. Do not cater to these motherfuckers.
Unless proven guilty in a court of law.
Do not cater to them. Absolutely not. All right, we rolling. Holy shit, we rolling late today. All right, stay safe out there. Try to put a smile on someone's face. You might change the whole day of their whole life. Thanks for watching. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being you. We'll be back on tomorrow. Tomorrow is Friday. We gonna be taking the weekend off, obviously, and then we'll be back on Monday, but we gonna be here tomorrow bright and early. Hope to see y'all there. And stay safe out there. There's a lot of crazies. Be careful if you wear a red hat. Apparently that means you should deserve to die, I guess. But it's okay to fucking say that Peretti. I can't. I'm gonna go on a tangent again. I'm out. Let's see. This one? No. Peace.
Let's go. I wake up to a little bit of drool on my pillow, feel like it's gonna be a bad day. Yeah, I'm tired of shit, and the coffee ain't hit yet, damn, ain't that great. I don't wanna go to work, cause my boss is a jerk, and I'm not even that paid. I need a change in my life, cause I don't feel alive, and there's nothing that makes me happy. Hold my beer for a minute, I'm about to quit my job, cash in for a